Maurice might be my number one enemy at the moment. Like, seriously, like, there's just nothing about him that gives me a good vibe. Oh my God, I just do not like boys. Period. Welcome back to the Just Trish podcast. We're taking it down a notch today. We're ASMR. We're being calmer. We're being more collective. We're being sick is what we are. No, we're not really sick. It's weird. Like, I sound sicker than I am. Like, you've been sick for... Oh, hi, everyone. Welcome to Just Trish. Shout out
intro.
I know. Everyone's like, wow, your energy's so low. Whenever I talk quiet, like I was talking like this in glam, like people think like something's wrong. And it's like I was trying to preserve my voice, but I just realized like I don't think I can project without like... I don't know. I don't have a cough. I just have like, I don't know. Yesterday, it just hit me yesterday. I had like body aches, but it went away completely. I took Tylenol, went away completely. And then this morning I was like, oh, I feel fine. I thought maybe it was dry, but I have like a little bit of a stuffed up nose, which could also be a pregnancy symptom. A lot of people say stuffed up nose. So I don't really know what's happening. I can't keep any food down, not even plain spaghetti. I can't even keep plain spaghetti. Moses Bolognese doesn't hit the spot. Like nothing stays down. It's been a little bit of a rough, just like a day. I was fine when we went to the movies, totally fine. You and Moses, though, you guys have been sick for weeks, and you guys both are like functioning. Like I can't even function. It's like my second day, and I'm like I can't function.
I know. I think we got sick around the same time. I feel like I don't really have any symptoms, just like physically kind of like
drained.
A little run down. Yeah, but nevertheless. She persisted. Here we are.
I would never know that about you. Like every time I see you, you're always so bubbly and stuff. Like for me, I'm just like, oh my God, don't even talk to me. I don't know what it is. Like I almost like yesterday it was really bad. I was like body aches. I thought, well, maybe I should like cancel or something. But then this morning I felt better. But I don't know. I think it sounds worse than it is.
We're so dedicated to our craft.
I really do love it. I really do. Especially Hot Topics. I love so much. We have pre-filmed guests. We have like 6 guests ready to go. So like that's not an issue. But it's like I love Hot Topics. I don't want to miss it.
I know.
It's so fun. I don't know. And you're feeling okay. You're glassy-eyed today. I noticed you're even more glassy-eyed than normal.
No, I mean, I feel better today. And I think
you do?
This episode is for the sick people at home. There's so many of them.
The comforting.
So this is a comforting episode.
I hate sounding sick, and both you and Moses also agree on this. Moses likes a sick sounding ASMR, and you said you like sounding sick.
I think it's cute, yeah.
I don't think it sounds cute. It sounds like go to bed. Don't be here.
No, that's what I'm saying. For the people that are in bed and listening, this is for you.
This is for you guys.
We'll keep it calm.
We're going to keep it calm, and we're going to keep it positive, I decided. Because I feel,
love that.
Yeah, I'm going to try and put a positive spin on everything. Shout out, guys, to our Patreon, patreon.com/justtrish. Killing it over there. Buzzing. We just did a Dune bucket. This is our Dune bucket. I saw yours was in the glam room.
You did bring a few.
We have 5 Dune buckets, and me and Oscar went to go get movie theater food, and it was just as embarrassing as you would think it is. So the guy literally was like, we ordered so much food. He's like, oh, we'll have to take it to your seat. Like, it's not going to be ready. And we're like, oh, well, we're literally just here for food, so we'll wait. So that's up on Just Trish. We just posted it yesterday. We also gave you guys the previews of Hot Topics over there, which is very exciting, and I was able to delve into it more. We also do extended podcasts. We're going to do that for you guys today. This upcoming week, we have a 5 Nights at Freddy, and then we'll have a gaming one with my sister soon. And, and then our perks for the month. March 10th, you have to sign up to get these by March 15th. This is the producer tier. You get a Trish and Moses Valentine's Day keychain exclusive. You'll only get these for the month of March up to March 10th. They're not sold individually, and they're everything. Moses put it on his keys right away. The day he got them, he really did. I was like, wow, okay. Really like them, so...
Yeah, now we can actually tell our people, this is my mom and dad.
Yeah, if you don't have a mom and dad, there you go. I think that's the best thing. And then the headshot of the month. This is the headshot of the month, you guys. It's from our Valentine's Day episode. We did the signature on top, as you can see, switched it up a little bit. And the sticker of the month is the Hurricane Trish. So the emoji and the headshot comes on the headshot tier, but it also comes on the producer tier. The keychain is just for the producer tier. I don't know if I specified, but it shows it on the Patreon. Also on our producer tier, you get one of these handwritten cue cards. I only have 3 today, but, you know, I'll start writing more notes out. You never know what you're going to get. I always love to see what people get because sometimes early on, especially I was writing the most random notes and makes no sense. So people are like, I loved what I got. So now I kind of make them a little more cohesive. But, try to make little hearts and little dates on them for you guys. So that's also on our producer tiers. Our producers also get a shout out in the credits. So to get all those perks, that'll be this month. March 10th. We'll send them out March 15th. And yeah, we love to do it for you guys. And thank you guys for being patrons. Seriously, we appreciate you guys on every tier. The extended podcast tier is only $5 a month for 4 extended episodes, 8 extra bonus videos for the second tier, headshot tier, producer tier. You get a little package in the mail sent with love from me, my mom, and my sister. We're just here every Sunday, just hours, just signing and packaging and stamping. And it's actually kind of fun and relaxing. So we were going to do it yesterday, and then I just couldn't even stand yesterday. So I was in bed. I watched the Wendy documentary. I was watching a bunch of stuff. Wendy. We watched Wonka again.
Oh, Wonka
Yeah.
again. Okay.
That was good. What did you watch the Wendy?
I started it. Wendy was a little too sad for me.
It was sad, but I
Yeah.
had to watch it for research purposes.
I started watching it. It was bumming me out. So then I kind of just read synopses, different synopses.
You read it? You didn't even go on TikTok and say like the highlights? I feel like reading it, though, you get that person's perspective. You can't form your own perspective.
I read a couple different ones to kind of get the gist of it.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of clips, obviously. But yeah, what a bummer. It's just so sad.
It's really,
Yeah.
really sad. It breaks my heart. Also, is this working or no? Should I close this? Sorry. We'll get back to Wendy. It does look kind of crazy.
No, you're pregnant.
Oh, I'm trying to do like Kourtney Kardashian, where she just has
Yeah.
like her belly out all the
No, no,
time.
it's really pretty. I thought it was really
Okay,
cute.
okay. I just
and-
it could. I'm only 6.5 months, so it just is not a full belly yet. So it could just look like I have a beer belly that I'm trying to show.
I think everyone
No.
knows.
Okay, I'm trying to
very
show because
much-
it's high. This part, anyways.
It's
Okay.
very much a beautiful pregnant.
Okay, got it. Anyways, all right, back to Wendy. But yeah, basically it's like a 2-part series on Lifetime. I was captivated by it. I'm not like a Wendy stan. I just really like her career. Like I was like, oh God, I want her TV show. You know, I don't really know much about her previous to her TV show. But then watching it just reminded me of like Anna Nicole, which made me sad. And I just think like when someone's like on their demise, the people around them take advantage, the public, you know, criticizes and judges. And I was like, this is what I was talking about. Like, I know if something bad happens to me or I lose my mind or something, there'll be so many people that cheer. They'll be like, oh my God, yeah, she deserves it. I'm like, it's not really karma to have like a demise. Like everyone has to go through stuff in life. They all have to we all have to suffer at some point in life. But people are just crazy. They just cheer for it. And the people around her, I literally told my glam this morning, I was like, can you please just make sure I have my wig on and makeup and stuff like that? It just makes me sad because Wendy's such a glam girl. And I feel like she wouldn't want to be shown in that state. I mean, I love the realness with her feet and stuff like that. I like the realness, but I don't know, showing that she drank a whole bottle of vodka. Oh, that's like so sad to me. Mm-hmm. You know, she admits that she has an alcohol problem. Her son is like, yeah, it's an alcohol-induced dementia. So we know that it's there. We don't have to like show it on camera.
Yeah, and then it's so confusing too because like 2 days before it aired, there was like the court got involved to try and stop the documentary from like releasing on Lifetime.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it was. That's why it's been so like a whirlwind because it's even like with the documentary, it's still hard to see like what side is the truth, like what
Yeah.
does Wendy actually want. It's still very, very vague.
Well, I don't think she wants this. I mean, there's no
No.
way.
Yeah, I think literally the day before it aired, and all the documents were sealed so no one can see like what exactly was going on. But Wendy's guardian filed to try and stop Lifetime from airing it, but then some kind of agreement was met like super quickly because obviously the next day it still aired. But the fact that happened also shows that
Who's her guardian?
I don't think no one knows because all the documents are sealed. So it's so weird.
Because they show like this like blonde lady that's like her conservator. Like it's like a
Yeah.
blonde like white lady with short hair and it's like the bank has her in the conservatorship. But I don't really get that either. What does that mean? Like I can't imagine my bank is just like, okay, it's time to put you in a conservatorship when I have like relatives and stuff.
I know, and even like Wells Fargo, I think released a statement saying that they are like not involved in it. So that's why
What?
it's all so bizarre. Like there's
That's
still
so weird.
the truth still like isn't really being out there. So there's so many things. It's so hard to know what to believe, who to believe. Obviously because of everything that Wendy's going through, like we'll never. I don't know if we'll ever like know. Really.
Yeah.
And is Wendy a producer, like executive producer on this show?
I thought that originally, but I don't think so now. Especially the fact that they're trying to stop it from,
Which means she
airing.
doesn't get money.
Yeah, I don't. It's so
And who's getting the money? Who are the producers? Like,
and like half of it was filmed before like her diagnosis, like when they thought it was just like alcohol or whatever, and then the second half was filmed after the diagnosis, so to still like keep filming. I don't know. It's all very bizarre. Obviously, she's not like the most present during the documentary. So,
Well, she's not present at all, which is like another thing. Like, can you film someone? Because I know when you sign stuff, you have to say like you're in the right mind. You know, when you do reality shows, like, you know, they didn't get us drunk or they didn't do this. So it's like she's not obviously in the right mind. So who's signing? I guess if she has a guardian, then the guardian signs for her, but they didn't want that release. So that's what's so confusing.
mm-hmm.
And like she has a son, and the son's like she should be with family. So it's like why? I don't understand.
I don't
It's so
understand it
weird.
either.
I don't know. It's the whole thing was so sad to me. I just thought like, oh man, you just see someone like all these years, and that's what I think just in general. It's like the Yolanda thing. It's like, oh, instead of like celebrating Selena's life, like we just know her as like now we have to hear Yolanda be like, oh, I was, you know, Selena was a bad person, and we were actually very close, and it's just like, oh, let's just remember Selena and not the ugly demise that this like monster made, like that took her, you know, same thing with Wendy or Anna and all these people. It's like, oh, we have to remember all that bad stuff. And that's what scares me. That's why I don't like true crime. That's why I don't like any of that stuff. Cause this is like, I don't know, the exploitation of it all. I think at the end of my life, I'm just like, or even not at the end. I mean, not that she's at the end of her life, Wendy, but it's like the sadness of it all. I don't know. I want people to remember me for me.
Yeah. And I guess like on the bright side, keeping it positive. We're
Oh,
We
yeah.
love it, girls.
We are keeping
At
it positive.
least it's like representation for other people who like are dealing with these illnesses. So like
Yeah.
aphasia and like dementia.
What's aphasia?
So it's an illness that affects like it's not a cognitive illness, but it affects, it's like in the front of your brain. It's all so sciencey too. And we're like the least capable of
know.
explaining science, but basically it just affects the way like you can communicate. So like the way that she would, or anyone that has it would like hear sentences, like, or respond, like they're not really able to like form like to string sentences together. So like that's why a lot of people on Twitter have been pointing out like, oh, she's so mean, blah 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 blah. Like how can she like talk to her assistant this way? Well, it just affects the way that you'd speak. Like you
Yeah.
can't really string sentences together. It's hard for you to like understand what people are saying too. So you can just come across like more aggressive than like you normally would. Like people who are normally like very like nice and well mannered, like all of a sudden they'll just seem very like agitated. But
Oh,
it's just because
yeah.
they can't like communicate because of the way that it affects like the brain.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess in that sense, it's good, the awareness. But then so many people, again, just it opens to criticism to so many people. Like, nope, that's her real personality. It's just showing now. It's like, oh, God, okay.
Oh, it's just so nasty. Like,
know.
especially if like you have no experience dealing with someone who like suffers from these illnesses. Like, there really is no room to talk because like, of course it's hard for people to deal with it, but it's also so hard for the person who's suffering from it because they
yeah.
just have no like to have an illness that affects your brain so much and just like makes you not you know. It's
Yeah.
just it's very sad. So like I don't know, anyone who like comments on that and stuff is just, it's just nasty. Like
In bad karma, it's like, this is a person's demise. It's like, you know, it's again, unless this person's like abusing children. And that's what I'm saying. Like people compare Wendy as if she's like dictators or these politicians like taking away people's rights and bodies. And it's just like, it's Wendy Williams, you know, she talks like about Real Housewives and stuff. It's just so weird. Like people are, I don't know, it's bad juju. It's just like, oh God, okay, let's stop, whatever. But again, it's back to the people who made the documentary. It's like you're opening it up for people to judge her.
yeah.
Ugh, it just drives me nuts. And it's like, poor Wendy.
'Cause I'm seeing that. I mean, she in a way, she is a producer on it, but because I think when they started it, it was supposed to serve a different purpose of showing her coming back to entertainment.
Well, it does kind of make it seem like she wants to come back to TV. Like it does. There was the first part. She's like, I want to come back to TV. I want to do podcasts. And then what happened? Just all went to.
Yeah, because that first half was filmed before
Oh,
she was diagnosed.
yeah.
So I think that was like the original goal. Because then, you know, at first we did hear reports like, oh, she has a Spotify deal, and
Yeah.
I think like what Moses said, that was supposed to be like the origin of the docuseries, but then like post diagnosis, like I think it took a very different turn.
Black China was sweet on it. I love Black China now. I'm
Yeah.
kind of like back on it. Like I feel like Black China like reformed her life too. I don't know when she was like messy, but like just now she seems like very sweet and like I don't know,
Yeah.
kind. I like her. I love Black China on the podcast. God, you know what? All my hot topics are kind of sad actually. I was like looking.
God.
I was like, oh, what's a fun one to talk about? Literally, and nothing is fun. It's like Ruby Frank, Miller's Girl, Apple, aka David Dobrik, like James Charles, like JC. It's like, oh, Nick Offerman. SAG Awards. Did you cover the SAG Awards?
I did cover the SAG Awards.
Why did you say it like that?
Oh, because I'm just
Are you over
award
it?
seasoned out. Like,
That's the last one before the Oscars?
yeah, Oscars are, I think, in a week. Everyone wants you to go to the Oscars. Have you thought about it? Have you considered?
Well, no. I have nothing that fits me. Even finding an outfit for this was like so hard. When I'm going to go in Fashion Nova to the
Have
Oscars.
a custom something.
Oh, no. Well, we had to cancel a guest last week because I got scammed out of a custom. I paid $1,800 for this dress that the person's like, well, it's not even sewed yet. And he's like, well, I can't refund you until I sell it. I'm like, there's one thing after the other. I'm telling you, this person. And I'm like, can you send me the
weirdest
fabrics?
thing in the world. Like, you're making a dress for a pregnant woman, and it's like, if you don't make it in a timely manner, her body changes.
True, yeah.
And then who are you going to sell it to? Where are you going to find another pregnant woman that's doing drag?
Yeah. So basically, yeah. So we have Lux Noir coming on this week, and I got this beautiful custom by V and Monique. I love it. So any drag queen that comes on, or anybody who's been on Drag Race, I wanted to get like a custom made, like something like what they wore on the show. And so I got this one exact, and I always go to the queens like at mentions, and I got the wig, I got the jewelry, I got the dress. And did it back in January. So I gave my 5 months measurements or 4 months measurements back then. And, then the date comes around, and it's a little bit my fault. I didn't give the date, but it was like 6 to 8 weeks, which is a normal custom dress time. And I was like, oh, is there any progress on the dress? And basically, I didn't hear back. And then I was like, can I get a refund if you haven't made the dress? And then the person was like, oh, well, I already bought the fabrics. I'm like, can I see the fabrics? Because I knew this. I was like, 6 weeks, and you haven't even started the dress. He's like, I already bought the fabrics, and I'm beginning to sew next week. So I'm like, can you show me the fabrics? Took him like 3 days to respond, to show me fabrics. Then he showed me like the prices. I'm like, okay, can you deduct that from the month, what I paid you? And then the labor, can you just refund me because you haven't started it yet? And he's like, sorry, I can't refund you until I sell the dress. And I was like, but you haven't even sewn the dress. So you're going to sew it in my old measurements. And then you're going to try and find someone in those measurements, which is like super just weird measurements because I'm pregnant and all that stuff like that. Like, it's so weird. I'm like, but you haven't even sewn it. And I haven't heard back from this person. And I literally DM them every single day and screen record. And then I asked the girl that has the dress that got it made from this person. And she's like, oh, yeah, I don't talk to him anymore. I was like,
God.
Because I felt bad because I had to cancel and I really want this dress. And it's just like, it's so annoying. And I'm also like in that position where it's like, God, I want to call someone out so bad because like literally, and it's a little bit my fault. Like, I guess I probably should have only paid like a 50% deposit or something. Like, I paid in full. And I just thought, well, like you get something custom.
It's not your fault for, not being careful about not being scammed, because you don't expect to get scammed on something like this.
Because he makes it for so many queens
and
still.
This person works with other people. And so it's just really bad customer service and not logical too.
I know. And old Trish wants to call him out because I'm like, it's $1,800. And to me, that's so expensive to anyone. But like also to me, it's like very expensive. Like I don't have $1,800 to spend. Like I said, I always wear Fashion Nova for everyone else. So the fact that I spent so much on this dress and I won't even be able to wear it because he has my old measurements, but he's not responsive. And I'm just like,
yeah, and I would expect the person to be at least like, send me updated measurements, so at least you can wear the dress when I do send you the dress. It just...
But it's like, who knows when we're going to get it.
All of it is just very shady and not okay.
And it's Zelle, so it's like, it's not like PayPal where you can like dispute it. I haven't actually had this happen. I usually am pretty good because, you see someone on Instagram and they make all these outfits for all these queens and they've all been great. And then this one is just, I don't know. And then like, can you tell me the fabric? I can get someone else to make it. Anyways, all that to say, where did that come from? The awards, Oscars. So all that to say, I probably won't have a custom dress.
You remember when you were 9 months pregnant, we talked about it. You always wore Skims. It was really, that's when everyone were just...
You want me to wear Skims to the Oscars?
I love that.
I think
if
Skims makes you a dress for the Oscars.
You have 10 days.
Because I just remember, that's when we talked about everyone like commenting and talking to you.
Skims is so see-through lately. I've been trying to wear Skims out, and every time we go out, I'm always like, I got to put a bra on. It's so see-through. You just see everything. It's like a lot, but... All right, Skims, if you send me a custom outfit for the Oscars, I'll wear you. Could you imagine you're on the Oscars? Like, what are you wearing? Skims.
That would kind of be iconic.
Yeah,
though.
I would. They probably could make something fierce. I do love a Skims moment. You never know. Are you going to the Oscars since your name is Oscar? You're not going to go?
No, I've only been once, and it just wasn't that, like, working it. It's just not really that fun. Like I said, you kind of just feel like a little plebeian, and you don't really know where to be, and like, you just always seem in the way, and like, when you're working it, they also have like a really strict dress code too. Like, I think you have to wear like all black. So you can't even like look super cute.
Wait,
either.
what do you mean?
Like if you're working it as like
Like
production,
press? Oh.
yeah, they have like a strict dress code. Like you have to be all black. You can't have anything that like stands out.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can't even.
So it's not even
have
super
a
like
moment.
cute. Yeah.
What do you think Chris Olsen's gonna wear? You think he's gonna be shirtless?
Chris Olsen. I had on my hot topics.
Did you have Chris Olsen?
Well, I just wrote down I'm annoyed with Chris Olsen.
Oh my God! You and all of Twitter right now. No. God, Twitter really does not like him. I didn't know. I
was pro Chris Olsen last week.
What happened?
I think just seeing him in that new Meghan Trainor TikTok, I'm kind of like, okay, like.
Well, I mean,
I
he's in
think
every
he just
Meghan
has
Trainor
to say
TikTok.
no sometimes. Like you gotta just say.
What did he do?
He was just in it, and I'm like, oh my God.
Just his presence.
She's promoting her new song in this TikTok, and then she steps out, she pulls someone in. I kind of thought it was gonna be her husband or whatever, but then no, it's Chris Olsen. I was like, oh Jesus,
oh, God. I
Jesus.
get you. A little oversaturated, maybe.
Yeah, it's just like we see him everywhere. Then, like I said, he was at the Eras tour one week. He was at Olivia Rodrigo in Palm Springs like 2 days ago. Now
and you weren't there?
I wasn't there.
Why?
I'm really counting on LA, even though part of me wanted to go to Palm Springs, but still, I'm like holding out.
I feel like Palm Springs is your vibe.
I've never been to Palm Springs, actually.
What?
I know. My vibe because it's gay. Is that right?
It's my vibe, too, because it's gay.
You and Bianca Del Rio.
It's very, yeah. Wait, was Bianca down in Palm Springs?
She lives in Palm Springs.
She does?
Yeah.
I tweeted her. She didn't tweet me back. I tweeted a lot of people. They didn't tweet me back.
That.
Trixie, Bianca. Who else did I tweet? Someone else. Sometimes they do, though. Sometimes people tweet me
You
back.
gotta put yourself out there.
The queen said no. Anyways, I'm trying to get all the queens on. Oh, I didn't know Bianca lived down there. I do love her.
That was funny.
But I mean, Palm Springs. Why did it become gay?
I honestly have no idea.
Just like a little oasis for gay people to go to.
Trixie's Motel is in Palm Springs.
Oh yeah.
It's just.
I should go there with Tana and Brooke because it's no kids allowed.
Yeah.
I can't bring Malibu, even though they have a Malibu Barbie room.
Oh my God, yeah, you guys should go.
That'd be fun.
That would be. I heard it's expensive though.
And it's like always booked. I actually looked.
Oh really?
Yeah, I feel like it's always booked.
That makes sense. There's only like not
like
how
a
many
few rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a motel.
Yeah. But yeah, Christopher Olsen. I don't know. I'm kind of over him. For now. He's that's the hard thing. He's very cute. He's very nice. Like,
yeah.
He seems like very polite and sweet, but I'm just like, you're kind of everywhere. Like, I'm surprised he wasn't at the Beyonce thing for crying out loud. Wait,
what Beyonce thing?
Did you see her hair event? The
oh yeah, everybody was there.
Yeah. My God, if he was at that one too, it'd be really over.
He probably was too busy. He probably was doing something else. Megan, he probably had Olivia Rodrigo or something.
Megan's basement doing another freaking TikTok. I'm like, oh my God.
It is interesting how people can be. You get too much of somebody.
Yeah, and it's like.
I guess he has to ride that wave, you know.
Yeah, but take a note from Margot Robbie. No one to just like.
And nobody is like sick of Margot Robbie.
I know.
Everyone's like, no, we love him. Actually,
we want more. Actually, yeah.
But for him, it's a problem. It's a catch-22 because if he's not doing that, it's not like he's a singer or a dancer. He's going to the studio to record some new music or improve his dance abilities or something.
He has a film.
No, like if he did have a film or something, like a big comeback, but
like Austin Butler.
It's kind of like influencery, I guess. Like influencers always kind of have to be around.
Yeah.
But when you got pregnant, you took that little. Like you kind of were more like low key for a little bit.
The first
you were
time?
still posting, yeah, but
I was still posting. No one cared.
Yeah,
I was still posting literally every day on every channel. Because it is one of those things where it's like, what else are you gonna do? You know. And if I got all the opportunities he got, I'd probably be there too, and be just as annoying as that. I don't find him annoying, but I know a lot of people do. I guess I don't see him that much, so I don't really think about it. But I guess I'm trying to think who I would. I don't know who it would be that I would find annoying. That would be too much for me. I don't think anybody. I don't know. I'm on my positivity.
You say that now, but
that's true. I forgot at the beginning when I said I was going to be positive, I meant to put these on. I saw them in the mirror and I was like, oh, I'm going to see everything.
With rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, rose-colored.
That's
yeah, you
sweet.
got it. I missed the joke earlier though. I saw it when I went to go blow my nose and I was like, dang, I missed the whole reason. I forgot I even had them on my head. Oh my gosh. Anyways, the positivity I was going to say at the SAG Awards was Nick Offerman ending homophobia.
Oh, yeah.
Did you clip it at all for ET?
No.
How?
Because I'm homophobic. No.
You're like, actually, is he gay?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think he is.
I love when an ally is like says stuff about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he played a gay character in The Last of Us. And
so
then
good.
A lot of homophobes were like upset about the episode because it was just all about like a gay relationship. But
they're like, why'd you have to make it gay?
yeah, he said because of you. Like,
yeah. He's like, it wasn't gay. It was a love story. You
yeah.
And I was like, what a good response. And that's what I always say. I keep saying that. It's like, I want the day where you like don't even have to come out. You know, it's just like everyone's just everyone. You know what I mean? It's like it is annoying to have to like come out as gay. It's like you have to come out as straight. But I think that even with movies too, it's so annoying that there's just like not gay characters that don't have to be gay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like Desperate Housewives, their whole storyline was just like, oh, they're the gay couple next door. And it's like, it'd be nice to just have a couple and not acknowledge that they're gay, you know?
Yeah.
I think it'd be so much more, I don't know, easy. But I love that he said that. I didn't love Last of Us, but I watched episode 4 because of that storyline. The guy, Murray Bartlett, who I love. I always mention him. He's so good. So good. Kyle MacLachlan could have been in it. Did you ever watch the first Dune? We went to go see Dune. Well, we didn't see Dune, but we talked about Dune. Did you watch the original?
I've never seen the original. Have you?
No. But I watched clips of it. And Kyle MacLachlan does play the Timothée Chalamet character.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's like the lead. So.
Okay, Timmy has big shoes to fill, I guess.
Yeah. I like Timothée Chalamet. I'm a stan.
Me too. Timmy, like we kind of said in our mukbang, Timmy's turned around on me. Like I think, you know, when I didn't like him, when I thought he was kind of ick, was when he was at the Beyonce concert. Remember he was like with Kylie and he was like smoking in the VIP section.
Yeah, smoking's always an ick.
And especially when like you're at a concert and smoking in public and like there's a lot of people around too.
Oh,
you know?
that's so nasty. We were at a restaurant last week and someone was smoking, and we were outside. I'm like, who smokes in a like near a restaurant outside? That's so because you still can't smoke in a restaurant in California. But it was so gross. We had Malibu. I'm pregnant, and I like so sensitive to the smell, and I was like, that's so gross.
Yeah. So to do that, to like not really like think about other people in a public space, like that kind of gave me the ick. But
yeah, we're not in France, Timothée.
Yeah, that's definitely his European side.
Him trying to embrace it. Like, look how French I am.
They smoke everywhere all the time.
Yeah, well, he's not French. He's American. He's born in America. Yeah. So, get to the American ways.
But he's been pretty charming on his his Wonka press tour and his Dune press tour. And something about his relationship with Kylie has turned around on me. I kind of like them now. Okay. I don't know. I'm very wishy-washy, though, so.
Do you think they'll have a baby?
I see a proposal this year. That was my prediction last year, and I'm gonna stick to it.
Wow, long term. Mm-hmm. I love it. What did you clip from the SAG Awards? Anything?
I just I'm thinking about how to word this because some people from my work watch. I was very much just like, you tell me what to do, I'll do it. Like usually I'm very involved and like I pay attention and I will, put a little razzle dazzle. This time I was just like, I'm a little burnt out, so I'm just like, you tell me what to do and I'll just string it together and make it work. Yeah.
And Nick Offerman didn't make it. The only thing that highlighted that was for me that.
What did I do? I did the Devil Wears Prada reunion and Pedro Pascal.
Pedro was
giving. Very cute. Yeah, he's so cute, very sweet.
Yeah.
His curls look so cute.
Did you do a speech or you did his red carpet moment?
His speech, and then we interviewed him backstage.
Wow.
So I did both.
Who interviewed?
Yeah. It's
job.
The main host.
Denny?
Michelle. No, she's like the main. Yeah.
How do I get a job over there? I'm ready. I want to interview Pedro Pascal.
You and Pedro would be really.
I think so.
I think it'd be cute.
Now that I get him, at first I was like, ugh, I don't like when there's like a heartthrob, right? Like Matthew McConaughey or Bradley Cooper. I'm like, ick. But now that I get him more, like his overall vibe, I'm like, I think.
Yeah, he has the silly gene, I think.
The silly
for sure.
gene, for sure. I feel like if one day you decide to stop being my co-host, I could get Pedro Pascal.
You'd be good.
You'd be good fill-in. Yeah, you know what I mean? If you're like, I'm done doing this, I think he would love to do it. I don't know. I had a dream last night about him, and I thought about it. And you're giving me Pedro vibes with the khaki and because he had white pants, right, on at the SAG Awards.
No, he had a white shirt, black pants.
Oh, wow. Look at you. You have such a good memory. It's actually crazy. What was something that Oscar remembered the other day, and I was just like, "Wow, it's
the Bandela Crown thing."
I think I did say it that night when we were watching. I'm like, "How did you remember that from like season 6? Like we're watching it fresh, and I didn't remember." You have a very great memory. That's a really good quality to have. I can't remember anything that happened.
Remember like very. It's like things that would be useless in every other job except for like entertainment. So that's why I'm like, there's no way I can ever escape. But like, I can't remember anything about like chemistry or like biology, really.
Well, you kind of did when you were explaining the disease, the aphasia.
Well, I had to read about it, and I read like a medical article about it, and I understood like 25% of it, and that's what I like spewed out this morning. So
that's pretty impressive, though. I understand nothing about biology at all.
I know. After we talked about science last episode about like
people are mad.
Space. No, people were just like, someone posted that they were doing their chemistry homework as they were listening to it, and like they had a photo of all the cells. I don't even know what it was, girl. I don't know what it was. It was like H2O. It was like molecules. It was giving molecules. It was giving science. And someone said, I'm doing my homework right now as I'm hearing them talk about how they don't understand science. And then I'm like, girl, I still don't get it. I was reading her homework. I'm like,
where would you see that at?
She posted it in our Reddit. She posted like literally her like whole assignment that she was drawing out all these cells. And I'm like, girl,
God, drop out. Quit.
But the thing, we need the scientists. We love the scientists. We just don't get it. We just don't get it.
I feel like we don't, because here's my hot take on this is like, because not because of the scientists, but because the government, right? Like I feel like we have cures for cancer and AIDS and all this stuff like that, but like our government, supposedly, allegedly, don't come for me, but it's like they hide these, like, right? Like the rich people can get it, but they want to hide it so we can continue to be sick. The chemtrails, all of that. I'm sure scientists can stop chemtrails. I'm sure scientists are the ones that put chemtrails up there for the government. Like I think it's our government that's stopping us. So in a way, like, I don't know. Hopefully scientists are getting that coin from our government, but I feel like they have these discoveries and they are so smart. And what comes of it, you know?
Big Pharma. Big Pharma is... I don't even know what Big Pharma means.
You sound like Anna Delvey. Big Pharma. Was it? Wait, why did I think of Anna Delvey? Oh, wasn't she on Snatch Game?
Yeah.
Okay. We got like Big Pharma, the way he said that. Which was a bad Anna Delvey.
It was a weird Snatch Game in general.
Poor. You're so. Oh, that was
you
her.
Sound poor.
Her joke. Yeah, it's like everyone's poor. It was like Snatch Game was this letdown on Drag Race.
Yeah,
it always kind of is though, right?
Yeah, there's always only like maybe 2 or 3 people that like really slay, and everyone else is either bad or kind of just like passes. I always think about who I would do on Snatch Game.
Who would you do?
My go-to that I always say is Jennifer Lawrence, because I have a lot of like.
Go give me your Jennifer Lawrence.
So her laugh, she goes, oh, like that would be her laugh to everything.
I just imagine Rue in the workplace being like,
I would have a bow and arrow that I would shoot and be like,
okay.
My little sassy thing would like the odds were not in her favor. Like I would say that.
Oh wow!
I would fall out of my chair because she's always trips when she's at the Oscars. Like that's what she's known for. She's known for like her relatable being hungry, wanting food. So I have a lot of isms. I would also be like really slay doing you.
Oh my God!
I know that Sugar didn't have as good as luck, but I would slay it because I would just talk really fast like this. Oh my God, Rue, I'm so excited to meet you. Oh my God, I love it. I love the gays. I love everyone here.
I love the gays.
And then there'd be like a moment I would come back, I would be crying, and I'd just be like, oh my God, Rue, he just broke up with me. Oh my God. Then I would come back.
That's good.
Rue, I just feel like a chicken nugget.
Ooh,
like I would really slay.
You have a lot of, but see, Rue would be not knowing any of the references.
But I would just be so like outrageous that I think Rue would get it.
I need to see you on there. Would you ever audition?
I can't do anything, period. Like, I can't even do boy makeup, let alone, like,
you could get a crash course.
Makeup. I don't know. I also hate having makeup on my face.
Okay.
Like, it just feels heavy to
Maybe
me.
not the right show for you.
I know, but I could be, like, a ghost drag queen, maybe. Like, have someone really sickening and, like, beautiful, and then I kind of, like, help them with everything else.
Oh,
you know what
right.
I mean?
You're, like, the producer of the drag queen. Yes.
Yeah.
I want to audition. How do I audition?
That's a good question. I think you just make a tape and like submit it.
I would love to be on Ruby's Drag Race.
Oh my God,
I'm just not good at makeup.
You should audition right now. Just make your case now for.
I know. Who would I do on Snatch Game though?
Trisha Paytas.
I would do Rue. Has anyone done RuPaul?
Trixie Mattel, and she almost went home.
No, really? Why?
Because it was so bad. Yeah.
Oh, I would not even know what to do with Rue. I don't know what I would do as a reaction. I'm trying to think. I'm like, oh God, I don't know. Was she Rue as drag Rue?
Yeah. Oh. It was All Stars. What All Stars was that? 4?
Ooh.
Or 3? Maybe All Stars 3. But because before she like was big, like Trixie, she had like a YouTube video from after she was eliminated on the before Snatch Game and on season 7. So she did like a little compilation of her like doing RuPaul quotes, and it was funny in like the 5-minute YouTube video,
right? But
then in front of RuPaul in the Snatch Game, it just did not work.
She
just kept going like, "Yeah, winner, chicken dinner.
Oh,
my single available on iTunes." Like it was all just like like this.
Okay,
it just didn't work.
I didn't know any
It's a
Ru.
word.
Do your best, Ru.
I cannot. I really cannot.
Well, I don't even know what Ru's now anymore in the new season. He doesn't do anything.
Maybe just
so.
the when they go to the dance off the lip sync. You can do that.
Moses' one line, go babe, you know it.
Oh no, that's at the end when they send them away.
Okay, say your ending. Did you do this on our episode?
Thank you very much. And now sashay away.
Okay. that was a good Ru.
That was good.
That was
Okay,
You'll be Britney Spears. You can do a good.
Oh, I feel like I couldn't do that. And I don't think she translates well in a Snatch Game. Like, even Derek Barry, who is Britney Spears, like, it doesn't translate well.
You could, if you just like twirled around, like you just
spun.
twirled, yeah.
God, I don't know. It's so hard. It's so hard. But everyone, the people who pick the characters, like the ones that don't exist, like the Gold Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm
Tsunami.
over the characters.
Yeah. Or the Da Vinci or any of those. I was just like, no, don't do that.
I know. I'm so over that. Like making someone up.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it can be funny sometimes, but for the most part, I'm just like,
Miss the mark.
yeah.
You have to go with someone just Ru likes. Like Judge Judy was good for Bianca. Who was Plasma?
Some old Broadway bitch. I'm over the whole like.
Right.
I actually don't even hate Plasma that much anymore, but I'm just over like the same thing every week. You know.
I think she's auditioning for Broadway because all the queens get on Broadway.
It's like the
and she's like, I'm gonna be on it. So I was like, I guess that makes sense. But oh yeah, who was she? She was someone. Was it Patti LuPone or
Patti
something?
LuPone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I was like, could have done more, you know? I'm a little bit of a Plasma hater, but not anything she did. I think just, oh God, I'm trying to keep it positive.
Oh, yeah.
I
Well,
like
the
that she
James
does Broadway.
Brown.
Huh?
The James
Saphira.
Brown was a positive one.
I tweeted about this because I'm so angry and it has like 100,000 likes and people agree with me. Saphira's never won one challenge.
She won that first, the one where she got her potion, but that was it.
Oh, what was that?
I forget that first,
Okay.
the very, very first episode.
I just don't get how she hasn't won one since.
I thought she was going to win this one for sure.
Definitely this one. Especially Runway alone. Like, okay, maybe they were equal in Snatch Game, but Plains Runway was not good. And
It was
Saphira's,
pretty, but it wasn't like,
it was just whatever.
Yeah.
Saphira's was amazing. I was just like, how are you not? All her runways, her flower one, like everything is like amazing. And then this one, I was just like, how did they not give her the win? I don't know. I think they're a little biased. They're a little hater.
I know she is so good. Like she doesn't ever do bad.
Never.
Even last week, I thought she could have won the Rusical. I
Yes,
think Saphira
I
could have
thought
won
that
as well.
too. The Rusical, and then she came out on the big plant, and I was like, that should have won. I don't know, Plasma. I mean, whatever. But I'm not about it.
We have to be careful about
no.
what we say about Q though, because Q on Twitter is like anyone who says anything is dragging them about like posting their like little Twitter avatar and just being like, "You look like this," and
my
you're gonna say something about me,
God.
and like going in. It's kind of iconic. Like
No, that's scary. We love Q.
we love Q here.
What did she do on Snatch?
Amelia Earhart. Loved it.
Risky. That one was wild too. I'm like, God, these people. I think they just have to like pick something so outlandish. She had good jokes for it though. She had some pretty good jokes. So
Yeah.
I respect that. Everything else, I don't know. Snatch was wild. Do we love Q?
Love Q.
Love Q.
Yeah. I won't say anything, but because that's the last thing we need is another
Drag
queen war.
I
So
live for it though. Like I like to put myself in like these worlds, like these fandoms that I'm not usually a part of, and I just had to like sneak in there
at
somehow.
least you snuck in the positive way, like uplifting Saphira. I feel like that's the way to go about it with drag queens.
I live
you
for
know?
Saphira, and I always have, and I'm just like really shocked. I'm just like, how is she not winning? Because anyone can win with the lead role if you're talented, of course. But
That's what I thought too.
But she took the supporting role and outshined her, in my opinion.
Yeah.
My opinion, anyways. But I love Drag Race, and I want to be on it.
I
Maybe
see
season
it.
17. They're probably already filming though, huh?
I'm sure the way that they've been going at it. So maybe 18.
Oh, that's also my lucky number.
See?
Okay, I'm ready for it. We got the Traders, and what else am I doing? Oh, White Lotus.
Yes, and then Drag Race 18.
Can't wait for all of it.
I did catch up on Love Is Blind. Finally, I'm like fully caught up, and I'm like in all the drama.
Are you?
I'm like, yes.
I'm love it. Let's hear it. What's your take on it?
And this season is like probably the messiest yet, right? Everyone was
messy.
in relationships.
Yeah.
Everyone has different statements. Did you see? This was kind of the gag for me. You know, Jessica. Also, actually, full spoilers if you haven't caught up on Love Is Blind. 'Cause,
Spoiler alert.
Jessica, who was what's his name? Was the guy who looks like a thumbs like backup.
Jimmy, yes.
Yes.
He does look like a thumb.
She's with Harry Jowsey now.
That was last September in Mexico.
Oh.
That was brief. That was before, yeah.
That's so, but okay. So
Because that was before he did Dancing with the
and
Stars.
that's what I was wondering. Because they're still together?
Yeah, because he went on a tour with her, on the show.
Okay.
So that was a brief romance.
Okay.
Harry Jazzy, I mean, he must got something everybody loves. Everybody's
sure
with him.
He does.
I mean, literally everybody is in love with him. And I'm like, wow, I don't know. I don't know much about him, but.
Same. I guess maybe the accent and he's cute enough.
Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone with their exes and stuff too.
Yeah, messy.
Yeah. Trevor, my fave, you told me he had a girlfriend
Did you
before
not
the
see
show.
it?
I did. I looked into
Yeah.
it after, now that I'm caught up.
Investigative.
And then but did you see the stuff where like the ex-girlfriend is saying that Trevor's threatening her to not say anything? Did you see all that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
On her stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah.
And then Chelsea released a statement today saying that he's getting too much hate and that she only knows Trevor to be.
Why would Chelsea release a statement? She's like, she doesn't know him like that.
I don't know.
That's so weird. Well, it is hard to tell what's the truth because like anyone can like text you, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems pretty legit. It seems like all these people are a little slimy.
I know.
I don't know. And she has pictures of them together.
Yeah.
And him being like, oh, yeah, this is going to be for us. And it seems like he even came back and told her about, like, giving Chelsea the little, like, dog tag and stuff. So it seems pretty legit. Like, it's also a weird thing to just, like, make up.
And it was suspicious the way that, like, Trevor picked only Chelsea from, like, the jump. Like, there was never really any other options. Like, he just picked the one and kind of just went all in. Like, which seems a little like...
He's not looking for anything for real.
And then he just got casted in another Netflix show, right?
Did they film it already? It's like Second Chance or Perfect Match or...
Perfect Match,
yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite was the end with... God, I don't even know their names. Jeremy, yeah. The way she caught him. The Apple Watch, because he left the phone in the car.
Yes.
Thinking, oh, but I gave you my tracking. And then he's like, but the Apple Watch, she knew. I was like,
she clocked it. And the way Laura went into it, too, being like... I was asleep. How was I supposed to know where you were? And then asked him. She's like, actually, I was at 5 a.m. and I saw it. I was like, ooh.
She goes, you weren't even on the lower side. You were on the Upper East End where Sarah Ann lives. I was like, wow. And he's like, I don't want to talk about this right now. It's like, of course you don't.
Jeremy would have been the one I fell for, though, for sure.
I never liked him from the beginning. And then once that happened, I was like, that makes sense.
I don't know. There's something about like a smart ass that younger me definitely enjoyed.
Would be
I
into.
love a little smart ass, you know. But
I was into Kenneth and Brittany. I thought they were endgame. And then that was a full 180.
Weird.
So
Kenneth
weird.
is also so weird. Everyone this season has been pretty weird. Like even the couples that we're supposed to like the one that looks like Scotty Sire, Johnny.
Oh, yeah. I think he does. You said he thought he looked like a sibling or something.
Yeah.
I always say he looks like Scotty Sire. I was like, that looks just like him.
And
they're just boring. Johnny and...
What's her name? I forget.
I have no idea.
Forget everyone's name.
Me too.
But their whole conversation about birth control also so weird.
I'm surprised more people didn't talk about that. I was like...
I've seen a lot of articles about it.
Really? I haven't seen anyone on TikTok talking about it. I'm like, that's the weirdest thing to me. Is like, this is our relationship breaker. I'm just like... I don't know if he knows how sex works, though. Because I feel like he doesn't even want to have sex with her. He's like, she's going to get pregnant. I'm like, it's really not that easy. Like, you have to, you have to do something to get pregnant.
And then
there's so many methods.
Can't he just like wear protection?
I mean, bottom line, period. But
that's,
yeah.
like the conversation, I'm like,
so why don't you wear a condom?
Yeah, that's the whole thing I was wondering. I'm like, why is this even such like an argument? Like,
it's so weird.
He seems to be traumatized by something, like severely traumatized.
Maybe he had a scare.
He's like, he seems to think no matter what, the mistake will happen and she'll get pregnant.
That it's just such a weird way to think. I've never met someone like that was like so concerned.
It's either it happened to him when he was very young, or I think it happened in his family.
I've never been on birth control, and no one's ever mentioned it, said anything about. Like, it's such a weird conversation to have.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't you do something about it if you're worried about it?
Literally.
She said to get a vasectomy. I'm like, okay, girl, I thought you want kids. Like, just everyone chill for a second. But there are things called condoms. And maybe people forget this day and age. Even me back in the day, I feel like no one knew what a condom was. And maybe that's still the case now. I don't know. Because I'm like, wait, what?
Did you see that video that of Zac Efron dropping a condom at the Lorax premiere?
What? On purpose or on accident?
On accident. And this is so random. For some reason, it just got picked up on Twitter again.
Oh.
But the Lorax, remember we talked about the Lorax, was it last episode or like?
Oh, with the Taylor Swift promotion. Yes. Oh my God.
It was out of the red carpet. for like this kids movie, and then he put his hand in his pocket, dropped a condom, and like had to pick it up, put it back in.
He picked it up?
Yeah, he picked it back
I
up.
feel like it was a promotion.
For condoms or the Lorax?
Both. I feel like it's a kids movie. He's trying to teach the kids to be safe, right? Like, it's like Kim Kardashian coming out of her Cybertruck at the Starbucks. Everyone's like, that's a promotion for the Cybertruck and the Starbucks. I bet he was trying to promote safe sex. Because let's be real. Look, I don't know. I can't imagine Zac Efron using a condom, but like, good for him if he does.
You can't imagine Zac Efron using a condom?
I don't know him, again. I just know a lot of celebrities, and none of them use condoms.
Really?
Not
you would
one.
think that, like, kind of like the Weeknd song, right? Like,
right.
you
He's
want to,
like, take it off and roll a dice on. Yeah.
You want to keep it on and don't roll the dice for the most part.
Right. Yeah, that goes to show the Weeknd probably uses condoms because he's like, you're the one I want to take it off and roll the dice on. Yeah. Wow, safe sex promoted by the Weeknd. Good for Zach, though. Honestly, good for the protection of it all. I love that. I think that's good. I don't think it's bad. I think it's like cute. Like, look at me using safe. God, I love Zac Efron. I want him to come on so bad.
What year was the Lorax? I wonder. Like
10 years ago. Is there singing in it?
I don't think there is. 2012.
No, it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, 12 years ago.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wait, that just came randomly on Twitter again?
It randomly went viral again this past couple of days, which is so funny. I remember when it happened, but it's one of those things that like never blew up, you know? But I bet you if it was a girl, like if it was Taylor Swift that dropped a condom, everyone would be like,
slut.
Yeah.
It is crazy, I know. Well, you know, Zach, good for him because, you know, he's probably getting around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As he should. Honestly, if I was like a famous guy, like I just like would not settle down.
Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't because they just don't want to. I feel like nobody wants to, right? Everyone is always in these cheating scandals and stuff like that. It's like, just don't settle down. Even who was it? The Real Housewives, like husband or something cheated on her. And I was like, crazy. Or Wendy's husband, like,
True,
what?
Yeah.
Having a whole baby with someone, buying them a house. I'm like, these people.
Everyone's getting around.
Yeah. It is really sad. Is it off-putting to have a belly out? Did I already say this? Is it weird when you see like a big pregnant belly?
No.
I thought when Courtney had hers
You
out.
look like a model. You do.
Well,
You look like a
looks
maternity
fat.
shoot. No, it does not. You aren't seen. Everyone knows you're pregnant.
Okay. I feel kind of weird with that. I'm like sitting here this whole time like this is probably.
But why? I mean, it's
I don't know. I'm trying to show it off, but at the same time, I feel a little bit exposed.
I think that's just you. It looks so natural. It's so
Yeah.
pretty. You only see a little bit of your belly. And you have a pretty belly, too. So it's pretty.
Trying to get a sponsorship for cocoa butter or something.
love that.
You know,
Yeah.
give me a little stretch mark cream. Oh, man. Oh, God. You want to hear something? Okay. I guess you know what? I can't keep it all positive. Okay. This is
here we go.
Yeah, I just can't. I just feel like I keep it real. I'm channeling my inner Wendy, okay? I saw someone tweet, I think it was Dustin Daly. I don't think he was referring to me because I think me and Dustin are cool. But he's like, all these people want to be Wendy Williams, but they don't have the backbone or the opinions that she has. I was like, oh my God, I feel like this is me. Because it's totally me. I definitely don't want to get canceled, but whatever. Channeling my inner Wendy and like not caring. Oh God, there's two. There's a David Dobrik one. Well, let me go to like one that's like lesser. Miller's Girl, have you seen it?
No.
Why? Just because it's not your vibe?
Yeah.
I think, okay, good.
Wait. This is the movie. Wait,
what did you think I was talking about?
I didn't know what you were talking about at first. I was like, okay, wait. So you're talking about the Jenna Ortega movie where it's like the relationship with the teacher? Is that what you're talking about?
If you saw it, I would be like, you're a pervert.
Yeah. I mean, did anyone watch it? I have like seen maybe like two things about this before.
I'm seeing so many, now that I know what fan edits are, thanks to Jake and Johnny. I didn't know what fan edits were, but now I see so many fan edits. And there's so many fan edits of Miller's Girl.
Really?
Yes, and it's
Oh,
like
I had no
guess
idea.
there's like a sex scene in the movie where it's like it's her essay. It's basically this movie about a student seducing her teacher, her older male teacher. And it's like, oh, he can't, you know, he's powerless to her seduction or whatever. Like, I hate these kind of movies. They glamorize these relationships. And I guess there's a scene where she like writes an essay and it's kind of unclear if they actually did hook up or if this is just like her fantasy, but they're reenacting the scene. Obviously the two actors, he's like 50 something. She was like 20 at the time of filming and they're reenacting the scene. And I see all these edits of like the sex scenes with them. It's like so disgusting to me on so many levels. They have like an intimacy coordinator. And in all the interviews I read, like so many, it's like, oh, the intimacy coordinator is mostly there for Jenna because she's the younger one. And Jenna wanted to do it and she was fine with it and all stuff like that. My issue with this, and it's like, it's not Jenna's fault, obviously. Like, I'm not like blaming her, but it's like when she did You, and she was like, I think she was 16 at the time of filming, but she played a 15-year-old, both underage. And the line was like, everybody wants to fuck the 15-year-old or something like that. And it's about like Crystalia's character, like trying to hook up with her at like 15 and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know. This is like the problem with like Hollywood is like it glamorizes this and makes it like okay. And that's why these old ass creepy men think it's okay. And that's why in real life too, it doesn't matter if you're a celebrity. It doesn't matter if you're a teacher. They think it's okay because they're like, well, the girl seduced me. This is all that happened. You know what I mean? It's the reason I became a liar, truly, because like all my teachers like called me a liar. Like I had that happen. Truthfully, like I'm trying to not exaggerate at all. Probably 8 times with teachers. And like everyone's like, that seems like a lot. That seems like not normal. And I was like, it's actually very normal, and it happens so much to me. And because I would not complain, but I would talk about it, or I would talk about it amongst friends or to another teacher or something like that, they all just dubbed me a liar. Oh, well, she said that about this teacher, but they all did. And it's like these movies just make it like okay for them, and the teachers like covering it up, the principals covering it up, all this stuff like that, and making it like glamorous, or like she wanted it. I don't know. I haven't seen Miller's Girl. I think Jenna may be in college in this movie. I'm not sure. But either way, it's showing like this like dynamic that's like so disgusting. And even Hollywood having, I get it, she's 20, she's an adult, obviously, and everyone's like, don't infantilize her or whatever, and I get that too. But it's just like showing such the wrong message. I feel like, again, everything else is becoming woke with the way we handle things and stuff like that and talk about things. And it's like, how is this still like glamorous? It's like so weird to me. And it's and really, I read the synopsis. I haven't seen the movie. Okay, let me whatever, just preface that by saying, but really the synopsis is like this guy becomes like a victim. Like she starts like becoming obsessed with him and like harassing him, and anyone who like watches these movies, and like the fact that these fan edits are being made on TikTok by obviously like kids. I mean, who else would make these? It's like so disturbing. And then I was reading tweets on Twitter of people who watched the movie, liked the movie, thought it was hot. And it used to be me. I used to think that all the time about these movies, the Jerry Lee Lewis movie. I actually bought it on DVD because I was like, oh, I want to watch it with you. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, this is like so disgusting. Like I remember the scene that I thought was so hot was Winona Ryder was 18 playing 13-year-old, and him like having sex with her for the first time. And I remember being like 13 years old and like wanting that so bad. Or Taxi Driver with Jodie Foster. She was like 13 years old, and she's like unzipping Harvey Keitel's pants, who was like 30 or something in the movie. And it's just like, and as a young girl, like I really thought that was like normal, okay. And I thought that was like also like the relationship you're supposed to have with someone. Like it's so weird that these movies keep getting made. And I think it's like the perverts of Hollywood. The more I find out about Hollywood and like the perviness of it all, I'm like, these people are like perverts, because that movie doesn't need to be made. Like there's literally no reason for that movie to be made, right? Like it's not a fantasy. I don't know. Unless it is, I don't know. Because like when I was a little girl, that was my fantasy, but obviously that's the fucked up part. So it's like, are they making it for the fantasy for the old men? I don't know. Who are they making this for? And who likes it? And why is it out? And why do they have these huge stars? I'm sure the guy is someone famous too. I don't know his name, but Jenna Ortega is like the star of this. And I'm like, this is just so ugh. And the fact that the intimacy coordinator and all these people are like, oh, she was fine with it, she wanted to do it and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know, it's such a weird message.
Oh yeah, Martin Freeman.
He looks familiar.
Yeah. What else has he been in?
He's British or something? He looks like he's been in a lot of stuff.
Oh, he was in The Hobbit.
Oh.
Black Panther.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a kind of a famous actor then.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't he feel like a creep? I'm sorry. Like, I know it's acting, whatever, but it's like you're playing these roles of a student teacher, and it's like and it's a really intimate sex scene. Like, I just see the edits, so like I can't even imagine what the real movie is. Like, it's very like graphic. And it's like, don't you feel like a creep? I don't know. Whether it's acting or not, if I'm 55 years old, I'm not going to be having a sex scene with a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Or like people said, I did see an article that's like, you can insinuate that they did it or something, you know?
That actually would have probably even been better movie-wise too.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because then that makes it more like cerebral, like
right.
To not really know what is.
Then you're getting something, I don't know, maybe it's a story then you're being told or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very odd. And I was going to tweet about it. Maybe I did tweet. I don't even know. This weekend was a blur because I was looking for movies to watch, and I was just like, maybe Miller's Girl. And then I was like, oh no. When I like found out like the details, the gruesome, I don't know. But the warped part of me is still like, oh yeah, like, you know, when I was a kid, I was like I was very into that. I mean, I'm older now, so it's like, it's more like that isn't me or whatever. But I wanted to be that like so bad. It's so weird. So. And even, like I said, the curiosity of me wanted to watch it. And I was like, it's actually so disgusting. It's so weird. So it's like in my brain. It's like so disgusting. Mm-hmm. It's like hard to rewire that. I don't know.
I mean, it's very like Pretty Little Liars vibes. Like that's like, it really gives me that. That show is crazy because literally the whole season. I mean, I think it was on for like 10 years. And every single season was about like Lucy Hale's character, who was like 15, having a relationship with her English teacher. And they got married at the end.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, is that like a premise of the show or just like a storyline?
It's a storyline, but it's one of the main storylines. Like it was the little ship name was Ezria. Like, and everyone loved Ezria. I loved Ezria. I was like, oh, they have to get married at the end. I thought it was so romantic. I wanted to date my algebra 2 teacher when I was in high school.
Oh my God.
Who ended up being a pervert because
No way.
Yes, the whole time I was in high school and had a crush on him. He was hooking up with one of a girl that was a year under me.
No.
And it didn't even come out until literally 10 years later.
See,
and he was married and his wife was pregnant at the time this was happening. Isn't that crazy?
It's like crazy, but like so normal. And
that's true.
It's like, it's so normal.
Often.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Is like someone like we grew up in such different areas and different times and it happens so much. Like it actually happens so much. And sometimes it's not even the full extent of hooking up. Sometimes it's just like feeling up, grabbing, flirting, like being inappropriate, all that stuff like that. But it happens so much. It's like actually, and I'm not saying all teachers, obviously no one come for me, but it's just like my experience. If I had 8 teachers do it out of like, I don't know how many teachers you have, 20 teachers in your lifetime or something like that. That's a big percentage, you know?
Yeah.
That's like 40%, I think.
And it's like, dude, we really need more media talking about this.
Yeah.
You know, I get what you're saying.
I didn't see the May December one either. I know it's based on a real life story, but I know the real life people like weren't happy with it. The boy who was the victim in the real life one was like not happy with the movie being made and the way it was made. I don't know. I didn't see it, but they just like, even if it's not glorified, even if they show like the icky parts, like it's just like we don't need that. We don't need these movies made about it, right? I don't think it's like necessary, but I don't know. Oh, that just reminded me of that guy from that movie. Who's the guy? From May December.
Martin Freeman. Oh wait,
No.
Charles Melton.
The cute one that
Charles
was supposed
Melton,
to.
yeah.
Did you see it? What was the award show Adie Bryant just hosted?
The Indie Spirit Awards.
Did you watch
something.
it?
I watched clips on Twitter.
Oh my God, such a bad monologue too. Did you see like her where she called like everyone just like you stupid
Oh, I
something?
loved it. I thought it was funny.
Oh, I get the context wasn't bad. I just like was like it just went on for so long, and she did it to so many different people. I mean, I know who was the last one? Was it Greta Lee or something?
Yeah.
She like loved it. You know, I get people loved it, but I was just like, but I just, again, a little inappropriate. I mean, I know that kid's like an adult or whatever, but just being like, everyone wants to you stupid or whatever. And then she's like, I want to. I'm like, it's like, oh, I just think again, it's like a double standard when like women can sexualize men and like it's okay. But it's like, if like you said, if there was like a male comedian up there, like Bill Burr doing it to like, who's a young actress? I don't know. Jenna Ortega. Like, it'd be creepy, right?
They're almost the same. There's only like 2-year age difference between
What?
Charles Melton and 80. Yeah, so it really...
No, there's no way. How old is he?
He's 33. She's 35.
And he's playing a high schooler?
Yeah. I mean, he was in Riverdale, too. So, I mean, that's...
Okay. Well, then, in that case, just Google them all you want. I don't know. I think I'm becoming a prude, honestly, in my old age. I really do. I was talking that viral clip of, did you see that one girl that was pulled on stage? It was at the Omar Lay. I don't know who it is, but it was viral all over TikTok. This girl was pulled up on stage. I think his name's Omah. It's like Omahlay. And he like pulled her on stage and they were like really grinding. And then they show the boyfriend in the crowd and he's like pissed. And they were together 7 years. She had to like issue an apology.
Oh.
You didn't see it?
I saw it. I scrolled past it, but I saw the text explaining it. It was like never mind. Yes, I know. A little
and she
bit
was
about
like,
this.
there was like a curtain, and they pulled the curtain down, and they were like grinding from the front, grinding from the back, and I'm like, this is when I really feel like I was a prude. I was talking about today in Glam because we had talked about this so many times before on the podcast, like if Usher, you know, at his show, and I'm like, I really think I'm a prude where I would be like, I don't know. I feel like it's so inappropriate, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I don't know who I am anymore. But I'm like,
no, but that one is
did you see
common
it?
sense. Yeah, I saw it. But,
oh, I don't know.
Because people were like, you know, this guy paid probably a couple $1,000s to be in the front to see this artist that she loves so much, and then to end up, you know, watching her on stage with.
Well, she corrected everybody and said, "I paid for those tickets," because everyone assumed that, and she's, "I paid for those tickets," and
so I guess she can do whatever she wants. No, I don't. I'm joking. But it's wrong in every level. If your
I think
boyfriend
it's
is
wrong,
there.
right? I don't know. Would you go up on stage?
To have an experience like that,
Yeah.
to get grinded on.
What about Usher?
No. I mean, I also only see girls. I guess, and Olivia Rodrigo similarly, kind of, but not. Like her show.
I can't
is
imagine her
also,
grinding.
There's like she like flashes her like bra a lot, and she like grabs her boobs a lot, and she like thrusts a lot on the floor, and people are like, wow, she is her audience is kids, and she's like putting on this sexually charged show for kids. But I'm like, I don't really, to me, I'm just like she's 21, you know, and it's not like super graphic. But I'm thinking if I was on stage and Olivia Rodrigo was like doing that, I would think it's kind of T with a C, but
that's a good way to put it. From here on out, I have to be positive because I just changed my lip liner because I sneezed the other stuff out. And I just feel like any clips from here on out, people can just come for me like Q will be like, well, her lip liners don't even match because I changed my lip liner on the top, but the lip liner on the bottom, it's like red and now it's like brown. So I just look a little nuts. So I'm going to be nice now. We're going to switch it up. Wait, but what were we talking about? Wrap it up.
I was going to say, let's say if we're in a concert and somebody you like, and they call you up on stage, it's all fine. You go up on stage, you sing with them, maybe hold a hand. All of that is fine. You just don't make out. Well,
I don't think anyone made out.
What do you mean? That they literally made out?
No, they didn't kiss, I don't think, babe. I think it was just like really grinding.
If your bodies are all over each other, that's making out.
I think if your genitals are touching for sure. Like even if it's through the clothes, it's weird for sure.
That's what I'm saying. So you don't make out.
Making out.
That's making out.
I don't know what's worse. What do you think is worse? I mean, I don't know.
Let's
I think it's just as bad.
You don't meet any of the bases.
Right. I agree. Look, I agree. And if you're that person that's like, I have no control or whatever, that's why I'm like, I know I'm not going to go on stage. If The Weeknd calls me up, I'm like, I'm not going to even go on stage. You know, just in case. You just never know what's going to happen. Now, Donny Osmond, I think we're probably safe to go on stage. I'm pretty sure he keeps everyone at a distance. But, yeah, it's just kind of weird. Anyways, I just feel like I am getting a little bit too much of a prude. Even those jokes, like I said, even at the thing, I'm like watching them, I'm kind of like, I don't know. It gives me like ick. I don't know. I think it's just because it's like, again, everyone's being so woke about everything, but now people can still make like sexual jokes towards people. And I just see it more with women doing it to men. You know what I mean? And I just think it's like, I get it. It's all fun and games, but even Pedro Pascal, like I feel like at some point, does he feel like a little bit, I don't know, ick that people are making all these like daddy jokes at him and stuff like that?
I think that happened like a while ago because the daddy thing ran its course very, very quickly. I kind of feel responsible for it too because it was the first like thing where he said, "I am your sexy daddy." That was me. I orchestrated that. Yeah.
Oh no, you started the revolution.
But it was pre like oversaturation. Like everyone was calling him like daddy and stuff.
You started it.
I was at the beginning of it, so I do feel a little responsible. But then everyone started bringing it up after that, and then he like stopped playing into it, you know. But he does always play like hot dads and all his roles, so
it's like Jacob Elordi with the bath water. It's like, okay, we get it, it's from the movie, but then when that one guy comes up and goes a little too far, then you're just like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah, I think like the Charles Melton thing and like the award show, I think that's fun because so many times it's been like women being sexualized for so long, so to like throw it a little bit without it being like weird, like the age difference and stuff, I'm like, that's fine, whatever.
That's kind of a hot take though. It's like women had to do it for so long, so now the men should get abused.
It's not abuse. It's like a joke. You know what I mean? Like it's not like
I don't know.
It's not like
harassment.
She went up to him and like ripped his clothes off. Like it was like consensual too. Like he was aware of the bit because he put on a shirt with her face on it, and then she had a shirt with his face on it. So it was like a consensual, lighthearted joke that like didn't go anywhere too far. But then I think if you're like, you know, if a woman sees Pedro Pascal and it's like, oh, Pedro Pascal, you hot slutty dad, like then that's like too much, you know. It's like time and place. That's what it always comes down to, as Tati Westbrook said.
Tati making a comeback. Did she have a video come out recently?
She has a video come out every week.
Oh, she does? I just saw something like big announcement. I was like, okay, what is the big announcement? I know, guys. I know I'm a prude, first of all. Just for anyone to come for me, I know I'm a prude. I'm just like, I don't know. I feel so weird about things now. I'm just like, everything's so sexual. I think everything is so sexual. I'm just over it. I'm like overstimulated. I'm over with all of it. I'm just like, okay.
I see that, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just like, but I guess when you're young, you just, you do it.
Mm-hmm. Just like, so far for keeping it positive, but like when John Cena announced that he's making like an OF, I was just like, oh my God. Like,
wait, you're over that? But that's like, he did it as a character, right? Ricky Stenicki.
I think that made me hate it even more, I think. Like making, I don't know, like that seemed to be like obviously it was promotion. Obviously John Cena isn't going to have his schlong out on OF, you know? But so obviously it was a PR thing, but I think even to like use OF as this big like publicity stunt is kind of like lame to me. I don't know. I feel like that just like, like contributes to like the stigma around
What do you
OF,
think? What do you
know what I
mean?
mean? Like, because it's such like a taboo thing for like when a lot of people do it, they're like, oh my God, they're doing OF, especially
Right.
for like young girls and stuff. So, and there's that one fucking podcast that like always has the OF girls on and like tries to humiliate them.
Oh,
you know?
I keep seeing that one too. Is it called like whatever or something?
Yeah.
It's like in the black backdrop with the white letters.
Yes, and it's like one guy and then like a panel of like OF girls or
And
whatever.
then there's like a bunch of people behind them, and it's just like so much going on. Oh, it's only one guy. I didn't know.
I don't know either. I've only seen like a handful of clips, but it's always like OF girls, and he tries to make them look stupid.
Yeah,
so,
like he's like, what do you think you are, a 10? He's like, you're a 6. Yeah.
yeah. So like the stigma around like people doing it. So for this too to be like this whole like using OF like as this like big haha publicity stunt, like gotcha. I'm just like, oh, I'm kind of over that whole thing.
I guess if you're like sexualizing yourself, it's okay. I feel.
I guess, but also the captions on all his posts is like
I haven't seen them.
Like going deeper than I've ever gone before. Hit me, baby woman. Like it's obviously for the movie.
Yeah, I get you. That's what I'm saying. In general, I see those. I'm just like, I'm over it. But sex does sell, and I think like for every young new generation, like, you know.
But it's not fair in a way because they're using a platform that they want. Like if you're on that platform, they won't hire you.
Yeah,
but they'll use it to promote their own movie, and so I mean it's just hypocritical.
Oh, you think the stigma like of OF people don't hire them?
Like you
this movie will not
stars.
hire you if you are one, but they're using it to make a joke and promote their movie. I mean, it's just hypocritical.
I kind of get that. Maybe more people will go there for the girls that do want to make the money on there. But they are just a double standard for sure. Because like you said, Harry Jowsey could be on Dancing with the Stars, has an OF that does everything. But like me, it gets brought up. It's like I did it 3 or 4 years ago. And everyone's like, no, she did this and this. And it's like, I get the double standard of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there. Does this look crazy?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, you should just keep doing that the whole episode. You should just keep doing it.
I blend it. I'm mixing a different color now.
No, it doesn't look crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more pinkish. It kind of goes with your outfit.
Blends more. Sorry, guys. This is just a mess of an episode. No. Let's keep it positive.
The rest of our stories are all
it's the ASMR
positive.
episode. You can just keep doing that, smack your lips. And
There was no fried shrimp before this episode.
I was wondering that.
But there was a
coming
pizza,
here.
and I did think maybe I shouldn't have this pizza before because my stomach was already hurting. My stomach was hurting. Just so much was happening this morning. Malibu was always a little sick. She was a little sick this morning, so it's just like, oh my God, everything's just a little, you know what I mean? Everything's just a little.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean.
I ordered too much Just Trish water. Mel just got mad at me this morning. We got a delivery of 500 more water bottles, and he's like, why did you order that? Well, you have enough. And I'm like, I don't know if we do, because sometimes guests come and they don't have a water bottle, so I didn't know.
I think, you solved the wrong issue with the wrong. The issue was putting a bottle on their table. So now we have. It wasn't that we didn't have water.
I feel like we're always short of waters.
No, we're never short of waters.
We got a delivery this morning.
But also,
like, oh my God, where's the
I'm
water?
always here next to you. You can always ask me.
Well, I do. I just never see them because people always want water, and I'm always like, "Where's the waters?"
I mean, I don't know. If you roll back the tape, you'll see everyone has waters all the time.
Well, now we do. Now we put 2 out there. It's like Love Is Blind when they said they weren't getting fed, and now this whole season is like just food galore. Now we have 2 water bottles. I was like, okay.
I almost put a whole case over there.
You should have, honestly. I know. I was like, what are you wearing? I'm going to decorate the set. I'm like, well, we got the Doom bucket and toilet paper. Sponsored by toilet paper. Toilet paper should sponsor us because my name's TP. Toilet paper.
But that bucket is the most foul thing I've ever seen in my life.
You should have seen Oscar putting butter through it. He didn't take the top off.
I don't want to see anyone putting butter through that
If
thing.
you want to see it, check out our Patreon.
Patreon.com/Justin. It was so greasy from the butter. I was like...
And I was sliding my hand in there. My hand got
but
all...
also, I mean, this should not be even FDA approved. Like, that should not be a food container.
Yeah, it smells weird, too.
Because those little things are just going to collect whatever on it. And that's a recipe. I would sue them.
But if you want to buy one, you can check out
Poshmark, Trishby88. We have 5. We bought way too many. Way too many.
When you buy it, you can do whatever you want with it. Let's say
true.
that.
No judgment there.
Whatever you
matched
want
the
to do
Doom
in your
bucket today.
home.
I should ask Patreon if they approve it, because this one is borderline.
Let me see something I liked this week. I liked...
The Traitor? I don't know.
No, I didn't like that either.
Same.
Because they left us on a cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah. That was just wrong. I mean, the whole show is the beginning, and then at the end, somebody gets voted out.
Yes, I was over it this week for sure.
That's so weird.
Every other art story I have is it's not negative. Brad Mondo's straight.
Who?
Brad Mondo.
Who's Brad Mondo?
You know, the guy who does the reactions to hair.
Oh, yeah. What do we comment? Commenting is like so weird on this one too, because it's like it's someone's like sexuality, and it's like on one hand, if it's like real, people should just be happy and let them not be like, okay, he's straight or whatever. You know, that's the most annoying thing. But then if it's like faking a relationship, that's also not good for anyone involved. So I don't know.
I don't know either. I thought I saw him kind of admit that they were trolling ish, but maybe I didn't. It's Brad Mondo and his podcast co-host who have been running amok. I kind of live for it though. I don't know. There's something funny about, like we always say, like a little lie sometimes is funny. Although I just feel like they're sticking to like this so hard. Like he posts his little TikTok. He deepens his voice on there.
Yeah.
And they'll really play into it.
I just hope they're both playing into it if it's fake. Like I hope, because you know what? Not to quote Mean Girls, but it's all good until someone gets hurt. You know what I mean? Then someone feels a little feelings. Because even if it starts out cutesy fun, like we're just dating, haha, we're like best friends, we're dating. Like you can fall in love with someone, even if they're gay. Not saying he is, but even if they're gay, like you could fall in love with that person. You know what I mean? And then you get hurt, and then you feel like this real relationship. And I don't know. And also, I think like trolling the internet. I know. I get it, okay? But, like, trolling the internet when it comes to, like, relationships or, like, pregnancies or I don't know. Again, am I just being such a prude where I'm just like, I don't know. It's like playing with people's emotions. It's like the McBrooms or whatever if they're, like, getting a divorce. It's like, or if they're not. It's like, what? Is it really worth the money to play with people's emotions? I guess it's fine. I guess it's harmless. But is it? Like, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's funny how, like, them doing this little stint though got them like so much attention. Like I didn't realize so many people were invested. Like, is Brad straight? Are they actually dating? Like, right. It is kind of crazy. Like all of a sudden this little whatever it is like gets them so many eyes. I'm like, how does that
can
happen?
He be himself? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say, you know, they have a bunch of kids on TikTok following them, and let's say, again, I don't know. This is why I hate even talking about it, because it's like I don't like to speculate. Maybe he is straight, whatever. You know, maybe he's straight. But it's like if people are speculating that he's gay, can he fully be himself and like have a have a relationship with a guy, you know, in real life? And then someone sees him out with a guy, and then it's like, oh, but I thought you were with that girl. And then there's like, no, like I was trolling you, you dummy. Or does he have to hide it? Does he have to be like, okay, now I'm playing straight because this is getting us views or whatever?
Very Joey Graceffa 20.
Yeah, I think a lot of YouTubers. I think a lot of YouTubers played straight, and it's like, yeah, like hiding, like Daniel was hidden for so long.
Yeah.
And that can't feel good for anyone. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I always have a little bit of side eye on this. Again, you know, get your views. Maybe because I've done it all, I'm like, okay, I get it. But that one I think is the worst, is like when you're in this relationship and you're like, is this real? Is it not? Because I think you can start off both being like, this will just be fun. And then it's like, wait, is this just fun, or are we in a relationship?
Yeah, I get that. But also like look at like a Tana Jeff situation. Like that one also is so confusing actually when you think about it.
But they don't say they're in a relationship ever, right? They never said they're dating. I think that's played up, and they know it's played up.
Yeah.
Like they always talk about, oh, you're my best friend and blah, blah, blah. And
right? I feel like they do very similar to Brad and his podcast co-host, where they're like, it's like hard launch, like, you know, well, they don't like specifically, I don't know. I feel like they definitely play into it, but it's in a similar way as like Brad. But I guess Brad, because it's like also like the sexuality thing, I feel like that also adds like an element of like.
Did he ever, was he ever out? Was he ever dating a guy? Like, why do people assume?
So.
They just assume because he's like a hairdresser and he's flamboyant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I will say I do know a lot of flamboyant hairdressers that are straight. Not a lot. I know two. I can think of two off the top of my head that are super flamboyant, and you just would be like, you're married? Like they're married to like women? Not to say that they're not something, but it's like sometimes I guess it can be possible.
And like bisexuality too. What is Chris Appleton? Because Chris Appleton had an ex-wife and kids, but then he was with Lucas Gage.
Well, right. That's always interesting too. Yeah, I don't think a lot of him said they weren't comfortable with being gay. No, I'm not talking about Chris. I know someone. We just know someone personally, like a mutual friend that was married with a kid, and he always knew he was gay. He just like couldn't be, so he had a kid. I mean, because I think you can. I think there's also people who can. There's some people who are just like can just have sex with anybody. You know what I mean? It's not that they're attracted to them. You know, me too. I could have sex with anybody, even if I'm not attracted to them, even if they're ugly, whatever. You know what I mean? But I think there's some people like that. Especially, I don't know. I'm not a gay person. but I'll speak for the gays. Or you can speak for the gays, but I'll go first. I feel like, if you have to hide who you are, like and I think some people go their whole lives hiding who they are, right? Like, was it Rock Hudson or something like that? He was like married to like a movie star and had kids. And I think you go your whole life sometimes just trying to hide it.
Yeah.
And that's why I do feel sad for gay people who like can't be themselves, because it's like, oh God, to have to like go your whole life and hide it. I don't know. Your perspective, since you are the gay man.
Like on the Brad thing in particular, or
Brad, or even like being married, like, and having kids.
Oh, I mean, I get it, because especially like older generations, like even like me growing up in high school was like, in California, it was in high school when it got legalized, gay marriage was legalized. So like it seems so like commonplace and like trendy now, but first literally like 70-80% of our lives, like it's been like taboo and like not a normal thing, so I get why people would like live their lives trying to be straight.
So what do you think of the Brad situation?
To me it's like kind of harmless. I don't know.
Yeah, you think everything's harmless, which I love about you, honestly.
True.
That's good. It's good to be that way.
I mean, they just both seem so like in on it.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh, I guess that's like kind of funny, I guess. I mean, it's more interesting to me that people care so much, I guess.
Right, same, because I didn't know him by name, and then when you kind of said the story, I was like, oh yeah, I kind of see them everywhere. Are they like playing into it like campy, or are they playing into it like real, like they're kissing and they're cuddling?
Not kissing. I think they posted a lot of TikToks together, and Brad will make TikToks like, I don't know what's going on, like why everyone's leaving all these comments about my relationship on TikTok or whatever, and he'll make his voice like, hey, beautiful, what's going on?
Oh.
Like, yeah, he deepens his voice.
Okay.
He did her hair in like a YouTube video, and they call each other like boyfriend, girlfriend. I think the title was like doing my girlfriend's hair or something.
Okay.
But then they did like a podcast episode where like they don't really care if like you're a hater or whatever. Like they're like, if you hate us, don't watch. It's very like
But
that.
they're in a relationship.
I guess, but
Yeah.
it seems just very. It's so like over the top that it just seems like very fake to me. But yeah, I guess I don't know why people care so much. But then I guess when I was younger, I think it's like very interesting to see like, who's dating who. But
Totally, yeah, I totally get that part. I guess if they're both like consenting to it, I guess it is entertainment at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like being in a relationship or something.
Did you ever have a stint? Did you and like Shane ever pretend to date or something? I was trying to think like what I would have been into.
I wish. I probably would have gotten so many more views. I feel like everyone he dated, it was like so many views, even if they were boring.
Oh, true. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what I would be like when I was younger, like what kind of like two influencers getting together I'd be like all excited about, but I really don't know.
Man, it would have been great. If I would have pretended to date Shane, oh my God, I would have had so many more views. Because you think about the people, this is no shade, but it's going to sound shady. Like the people it does date in real life, like they're kind of boring, but they become so popular.
Yeah, I see
And
that.
so as like a friend who's like really entertaining, I was just like, how are they getting more views than me? Because you're dating Shane? Damn. I'm not going to lie, I was always a little jealous.
Well, that's like some of your exes that I watch. Like
Who do you watch?
Not now, presently. Like at the time.
I was like, are you still
Remember
watching?
I told you like I would watch like I'd see
Bleep their
yours.
names. Who?
Like I would
yeah.
see just to get more like the other side of like I would see yours, but then I'd want to see more like of you and like your dynamic. You know what I mean? Like,
so you think that's the Shane effect? Like you think people watch like his significant others to see more of Shane?
and I think to get more of like a fuller picture of like that dynamic of like what it's like. You know what I mean?
I
Like
just call a spade a spade. Like Ryland's channel is basically Shane's channel because it's basically him in every thumbnail.
They're
You know what I
together,
mean?
yeah.
I would love to see. And look, again, not knocking it because I'm sure if I dated Shane, like it would be double those views because I'm like entertaining. You know what I mean? So it's like it is interesting to see that, but I would love to see like a month of just Ryland, and just see what people. But like for him too, like don't you just want to see what you would do on your own? You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that would be.
yeah, because even when Shane was like off YouTube for a little bit, like he was still in those like Ryland vlogs too.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
And,
think
like-
he vlogs anymore. So
And even when Ryland had his podcast, like Shane was still like producing Ryland's podcast. So
oh
he was
yeah,
still,
and like in the
involved.
thumbnails.
Yeah.
I mean, just recently I
Interesting.
saw a thumbnail for Ryland's podcast. It's not even Shane's podcast. It's like trying pregnancy cravings because I think his co-host is pregnant or whatever, and it's like Shane in the thumbnail. And I was like, I guess if that works, you know what I mean? And I know Shane's girlfriend before used to get like a ton of views and stuff. And I like her. I think she's really nice and whatever. But it's like it is crazy. Like who you date, you can get a ton of views.
Yeah.
I never had that. I feel like I've never dated someone who like helped me get views. You know what I mean? Being in David's group helped me get views, but I definitely wasn't because like who I was like dating.
Yeah.
I really wish I would have picked better. I should have picked someone I don't know, Joey Graceffa or someone.
Oh my God.
Damn,
that
should we
would have
pretend to
been
date? Well, I guess I'm married now. It would have been good though.
Well, like when he would pretend to date, trigger warning, Colleen or like Miranda Sings or whatever, you know?
I didn't know that.
That was the whole thing, was that they were like
What?
boyfriend and girlfriend.
People believed it or what?
I think she was in character, obviously. So for her, I guess it was more like but I think people shipped them because it was before he like came out. Because I remember it was like the old house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And kids watch it, so they probably believed it.
I'm sure people did for a long time. I would think.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's weird. These like
yeah.
what like relationships do. I mean, I guess that's for even like traditional celebrities too. Like, I mean, look at Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? Or beautiful segue, Meryl Streep and Martin Short.
Oh my God, I love that this is a hot topic because you brought it up on Friday and I was like, I love talking about it, but I'm like, is it a hot topic? I don't know. I love that they are, supposedly you said this is what Selena was whispering to Taylor about.
Yeah, so the whole conspiracy theory is that Martin Short and Meryl Streep are a new item, but like they're low key about it. But at the Golden Globes, the viral Timothy, Kylie, Selena, Taylor thing, Selena put it on the record. She literally issued a statement saying, I wasn't talking about Timmy and Kylie. I was telling Taylor that two of my friends are hooking up. Who was Selena sitting at the table with but Martin Short and Meryl Streep? And
they're hooking out. You said they were spotted making out or something?
Not spotted making out. The other day they left dinner together in New York. And they were walking like side by side.
Okay, so what does that mean?
It means they're hooking up. In my opinion.
I think that'd be cute.
It would be so cute.
You said Meryl just got a divorce recently.
Meryl got divorced recently.
Martin's been widowed for a while.
Yes, yeah. So the timing is right. Meryl's going to be on another season of Only Murders.
Oh, she is?
She's back for season, 4?
Oh, maybe I could be in season 4.
And season 4 is in LA. So there's hope for you.
I love when shows come to LA because I hate New York shows. I hate New York shows, but I love when they come to LA. Like You, when it came to LA, my favorite season. I think Ava Longoria's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
So there's hope for you.
Maybe they'll cast me.
Yeah.
I play the banjo, so does Steve Martin. We could play together. I play it lightly. But I would love to be in it. You know what? I've always loved Steve Martin. Google my name, Steve Martin, on Twitter. Like,
oh, here we go.
I've always loved him. My first viral video was me reading a book really, really fast. And it was one of Steve Martin's books that he wrote.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was called The Pleasure of My Company. I used to love his books. I thought they were so good. He wrote a book I liked when I was a kid, and I was just thinking, maybe it's a little inappropriate. It's called Shop Girl, and it's about like an old rich man that hits on this young girl, and I think Emily Blunt played her in the movie, and Steve Martin played the old man in the movie, and Jason Schwartzman was like her boyfriend, but this old man had the money, and he was like wooing her, and I used to, again, these were all the movies I thought were like so romantic. She was an adult in the movie, but still a little, I don't know. I guess it's fine if you're an adult, but she was like a young shop girl, and he was like this old rich man that like bought her things and stuff.
What if in Only Murders you have to have a relationship with a young boy?
Well, first of all, no, stop. I thought you meant with Steve Martin. I was like, yes. Well, I'm at the age where I can go either way. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm young enough to be 25. Okay. You know what I mean? 25, not 20. 35. So I think when you're my age, I'm 35. Okay. Be in a relationship with a 70-year-old. You know what I mean? Who cares? It's like Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas. It's like, okay, you're both old.
I see.
You know?
Yeah.
I think it's like when you're like developing, like 18, 19, 20.
With like a 50-year-old. Yeah.
Definitely. Like, ick. You know what I mean? But I would still feel some type of way. I don't know. I do think it is weird too when an older woman. There's one with J-Lo called The Boy Next Door.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think it's all weird. I think it's all a little weird, but I don't know. That is good. I know it's acting. Maybe that's why I can never be an actor, because I'm like, I don't know. I got to watch The Idol again with these new prude lenses on, because I'm very much like, I wonder if I'd be like, but they were age appropriate, I guess.
And I guess it depends on like the acting style, because like if you're method, then like definitely you can't.
Definitely no. If you're method, don't.
Like Austin Butler, who he's even saying like for Dune he had to like, the way that he was talking about method acting, he's like, I had to dial it back, like it couldn't be full method. I mean, because he plays like a crazy bald guy with a knife who like kills everyone. Like, of course you can't be method. Like, what?
That's so funny.
He's wild.
I love Austin Butler though. I really, really love him. I see him in these interviews, the one where he's like holding the little kitties and he's playing. Did you ever watch it? I told you about it.
Watch it.
It's so cute. Like Florence Pugh's playing with these kitties and they're kind of like wild or whatever. And this cat is just like cuddled and snuggled in his arms. And I don't even like cats. Moses was watching it with me. I do not like cats at all. And the cat was just like sleeping in his arm, and I was just like, I don't know. I love Austin, maybe because he was Elvis, but that Haley Bailey we talked about last episode was with Austin Butler recently, and they were having a conversation, and they were like putting their hands on each other's shoulders and stuff.
What?
Yeah. Haley Bailey saw her clip, and it was the clip of me being like, I don't really know her, and I was like, oh, I just don't know much about her, and she's like, I love her, I made it. She was very nice about it, and I was
my
like,
God, we were so sweet. So I always said how beautiful she was.
she was beautiful, yeah. And then I was like, oh man, but I hate when I say I don't know someone. It sounds so icky. It sounds very like Mariah to J-Lo. Like I don't know her. It wasn't that. I just don't know much about her.
Oh yes, yes.
I have seen her plenty of times. I followed her. On TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, my Rolls Royce has made it to TikTok.
Really?
It's officially listed for $239,000, which isn't that bad. I guess it's like a 2020 car. It's kind of old.
How much fake Tanner do we have to sell?
That's what I've been seeing. Everyone's like, let's start a GoFundMe and buy the Rolls Royce for Trisha. So I've been commenting. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times this morning, so I think it's relatively new. And I'm like, yes, please, someone buy me this car. Thank you. Could you imagine? It's $239,000. I think it's in Anaheim. It's not even at the Rolls Royce place we got it. It's like DC Motors or something. And it's really pretty. I keep seeing it on all my Instagrams. And then it's the trend now is like, if I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anyone, but there'd be signs. And I've seen that like 4 times with because I think it must have just got listed. It's a beautiful car. I'll take it, but for nothing creepy, just as a pure gift. Don't be weird about it. I guess if you want to come on my podcast, you can come on my podcast, but don't be like weird. Not that anyone's been weird about it before, but I just imagine someone buying it and be like, I bought this for you. Now you have to, I don't know, be my second wife or something. Nothing weird. But you never know. There's maybe like a Saudi prince out there. No, not a Saudi prince. Maybe like what's something that's not sexual? That sounds like bad. Like, maybe there's just like
Here it's usually Silicon Valley kids that have money, from
sure
Facebook, Snapchat, all those apps.
Mark Zuckerberg, if you want to buy me the Rolls Royce,
Just
I will
for
promote
fun.
Facebook. I'll promote Facebook for a year on here, I guess. That's like a
That's
sponsor.
worth it, yeah.
Is it? I don't know though. It's kind of cheap actually. For $239,000, that's like less than $10,000 a spot. That's like $5,000 a spot.
That's true. We do have a lot of episodes.
We have a lot of episodes. Okay, so maybe a month's worth.
Once a month.
Yeah.
A month, maybe.
Okay, Facebook. I'll be the only one promoting you. Moses is a Facebook stan. He loves Facebook.
Really?
He's a Facebook user.
Well, I don't use it as much now, but when it came out, early adopter, and it was very good for
Your water,
connecting
your book.
and everything.
And my
that
sister's-
was social media. That's all
You
there
love
was.
Facebook when I met you. He said that's how he got all his fans. I was like, wow, that's pretty good. All the water droplets started on Facebook, so we love to see that. Did you make a face at the camera? I can't really see you. I just saw him do a little like smirk, and I was like,
No, but I just saw that
oh no.
we have to go to the Oscars, though.
Why? Who's going?
I just saw that Ryan is gonna sing "I'm Just Ken" live at the Oscars.
What? What does that mean?
He's performing.
Ryan.
Ryan Gosling.
Oh.
Ryan.
Moses' a friend, Ryan.
Also, are we? I didn't know where Ryan Gosling stands over here. I thought it was like The Weeknd or Donnie.
I just can't. I don't know. I mean, that song.
You love it?
It was one of the highlights of the movie.
He's performing? That was so random. Is this like breaking news that you saw on your Twitter or something? Is it?
I casually check what's
I love
trending.
it. I love that you both have it ready to go.
And I saw that was trending. I was like, okay.
Good.
I
We
guess
love
we're
up to the
going.
minute. We need up to the minute hot topics. All right, done. We're all going. Do I have to wear black if I go?
No, you'd be like a guest, so you can go.
Really?
Yeah.
But if I'm a reporter, I'd have to wear black.
Like if you're on camera, you don't have to wear black. But if you work in like production, like if I was there producing you, I would have to wear black. You know what
Like
I mean?
if you're in the
Really?
shadows.
Yeah.
Moses
They want
has to
you
wear
be in the
black?
shadows.
If you're behind camera.
Wow.
Yeah. So like if just Trish went to the Oscars, you could be wearing whatever, but then we would have to.
Oh.
Yeah.
That seems weird. Okay, but I'll do it, I guess. Yeah. Any fatties go to the Oscars? I never see them on the red carpets like
Oh
fatty
my
hosts. I'm saying it for myself. Like, I feel like they don't invite fat people. Give me one fat person that's hosted on the red
Oh,
carpet.
hosted.
We'll call them like thick or plus size.
Like
No, you can't think of one.
no, like Ashley Graham did it last year, I think.
But yes, but see, I don't consider her plus size. Is she considered plus size?
I think she's technically considered plus size.
It's like America's Next Top Model when they have like a size 6 plus size model.
Yeah,
You're like,
sure,
okay. She's like a flat stomach gorge. I mean, love, but okay, I'll take it. I'm not going to argue, I guess. But I just feel like we haven't seen, I guess, 80 Bryant's like more full figured.
Yeah.
She was like hosting the show.
Yeah.
All right. We love 80 Bryant again. I take it back. I do think you can get away with more when you are like bigger because people take you a little more unserious, including me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, okay, I think if it was like a sexy girl doing it, it'd be a little more awkward.
It is like we don't have many privileges as like bigger people. That has always been one. Like we get away with like more jokes and stuff.
For sure, because then it's like, oh well, that's just so funny because that would never happen. And I get it. I'm
Totally,
putting myself on that perspective, you know. But if Sidney Sweeney made the joke about it, and people might be like, oh, that's kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Totally, yeah.
Did you see that picture of Sidney Sweeney and Billie Eilish together?
Yes.
Everyone was like making such a big deal about it. They're like, there's two types of girls with big boobs. And I was just like, once again, why are we always like sexualizing the things? So first of all, I didn't know Billie Eilish had big boobs. So then I had to Google it because I was like, and then I'm like, oh my God, why am I Googling this? Just because like it was viral on Twitter because everyone's like, oh, there's two types of girls. I'm like, God, why do people make such a big deal? And then I realized it was a big thing, Billie Eilish's boobs. Like everyone talks about them and she's covering them the whole time. And I was like, God, people are just so freaking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She, like at the Met Gala, she like wore a corset and like she
did.
yeah, so she she has them out sometimes, but
most of the time covered.
Yeah.
But people are always talking about them. I didn't realize. I never realized it before that picture. And then I was like, oh my God, everyone's talking about it. And then Glenn Powell was talking about doing another movie with Sidney Sweeney. And I was like, do we need another movie with Sidney Sweeney?
I mean, it made $200 million.
Which is crazy. It was the biggest rom-com, they said, right?
Yeah. Since Crazy Rich Asians in 2015.
Wow. Yeah. We have to watch both those. Moses has been dying to watch Crazy Rich Asians for so long. Do you like it? I've never seen it.
I saw it in theaters, like when it came.
Is it good?
I think I liked it when it came out. I haven't like gone back to it, but
we have to watch that, and we have to watch the Anyone But You. It's officially out now on Vudu. It's officially streaming.
Okay, this is actually a fun little experiment. We'll test your positivity.
Oh my gosh. This is what we need right now.
Mr. Beast.
No.
This is
Immediately
gonna be a test. We're gonna see if those rose-colored glasses are working.
Okay. Let me put them on. Maybe it'll help. Let's see. What if this helps? I think me choosing to be positive when I'm sick was not the move. Oh my God, I turned into negative Nancy. I stopped meditating for 2 weeks and it's like, damn. Okay.
But it doesn't help that all these stories have like very controversial people.
That's true.
Okay. Mr. Beast revealed that he spent 15 hours restocking his Feastable chocolate in a store. Like he personally went to the store, he went into the back room, got the chocolate out, and then spent the whole day putting it back on the shelf.
Where did he release the statement and why?
He was confused because he got like the reports that like this one store was making like zero profit off of, like it had zero sales from the Feastables chocolate. So he went and visited it and he saw that there was zero products on the shelves. He said, and then he went in the back room, he found like the box of the bars. And then when he stocked the shelves, the store started selling a bar every hour. And
so really he just needed to hire someone to stock the shelves. Sounds weird.
It is just weird to me. It's like you're okay, I have to be careful because also I gave Feastables my address and I have not received one like PR box from Feastables.
Which is wild because they DM'd you, they DM Moses, they DM me literally from every account once a day.
The glasses are off.
The glasses are off. Sorry, the rose-colored glasses, no more. Anything Mr. Beast might be my number one enemy at the moment. Like seriously, like there's just nothing about him that gives me a good vibe. And this being one of them, how dare they be like, let's send you some chocolate. Where's the chocolate, Feastables?
That's why I'm a little nervous because I saw Antonio Garza. She posted that she got her Feastables PR box, and I have like this was like maybe 4 months ago. I gave her my
bougie,
address.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I saw someone else do it too. I have like hair in my thing. Can't get it out.
You know about the chocolate. The one thing that is a consistent, because I see and read all of our comments whenever we talk about Mr. Beast, doesn't matter if they like him or not. Everyone comments the same comment that the chocolate is horrible.
Really?
Yeah. I told you that Keith Lee said it was bad too.
It's so weird. And I'm sorry to bring that news, but it's just 100%.
Well, you didn't bring it, babe. It's out there.
I'm saying I'm pleading Mr. Beast, listen to us. Just like the stock person didn't stock your chocolate. Something is wrong with the chocolate.
The chocolate
is
not good, period.
I want you to succeed. I want your chocolate to be good.
Oh my God, really
We
pulling.
just saw one guy last night. So.
Right. You gave that Mr. Beast vibes.
Moses so passionate and like playing with
I
Jimmy.
love chocolate.
Yeah.
I love chocolate. And to hear from everyone
he does love
it's
chocolate,
bad.
actually. Moses is a chocoholic, so he would be like the officer in the movie. He could get paid in chocolate and be happy. He loves chocolate.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Wow, look at him for the Mr. Beast marketing. But that's true. Even Keith Lee was like next to him in person. It was like I give it a 6 out of 10. He like gave it a very average rating.
I'm so intrigued. Like, if I got the PR box, I would eat it. But that's why I'm like, it's been so long that I haven't got anything that I feel like they just wanted to have like a hit on me, like in case anything happens.
A hit on you?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
And, like, swim with the fishes.
What? Oh my god! Oh, because we talk about him?
Like,
Maybe.
all of a sudden they get like a threatening like box in the
Oh
mail.
my god! That's why I don't get my address out.
Well, I just saw today on Twitter this guy that this account that I found an account for an artist. So they send him a DM and be like, "Hey, we saw that you're a big fan. Send us like your name, your address, date of birth, and all that. We'll send you some stuff."
Date of birth.
He sent them all this information. Then they send him back. You've been using our content, copyright content, and they just wanted this information for a lawsuit.
We get served.
By Mr. Beast. Oh my
Cease
god!
and desist in the mail.
So you're not that far.
Wow.
At least if you're gonna send a cease and desist Feastables, at least put a chocolate bar in there.
Right.
Like, I'll try it myself.
I would love to try a little bit of their chocolate. That sounds good right now.
I know. Like,
I love a little chocolate bar.
and he had to rebrand his peanut butter crunch. It was called D's Nuts,
Awful.
originally.
Why?
Yeah, and
Why
then
would he name
rebranded
him
it.
that?
It's such like a bro thing to do, but
Such a bro. I was like, what is he, 13 years old? Like,
His audience is, yeah.
yeah, but that's so inappropriate for 13-year-olds too. God, I remember boys growing up would always say that. What was the joke? It'd always be like, do you want some of these? And they're like, these what? These nuts.
Yeah, it's like very like Fortnite boy vibes.
Oh my God, I just do not like boys. Period, 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 period. God, I feel so bad for people who have sons.
And then on Twitter though, like the response to this, I guess, was a majority of people saying that they love the hustle. I'm like,
see, that's what I'm saying. He's catering to these kids who like actually are like, wow, good job, Mr. Beast. You went in there and did it for them. It's like, okay, Mr. Beast is worth like $1 billion.
like he's good. Like whatever.
It's obviously
this
a
one
PR
store.
thing.
Yeah.
Did they have video of him doing it?
No.
Well, they should have had someone.
Release
I'm sure
the tapes.
I'm sure he has it.
That's true,
I'm sure
yeah.
someone followed him in there. Mr. Beast, you are just Trish enemy. No, just kidding. We don't have any enemies. You know what? Rose-colored glasses. I would love you on the show. Would love to
Or if
interview
you want to put Trish in a challenge or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can make it look like I lost, even though I probably would win.
We'll lock him in this room for 100 days and give him.
Oh,
wow.
could you imagine him and I in a room for 100 days together?
That's a show. There you go.
I would love that.
That's all he needs for a show.
He gives me like, God, who does he remind me of? Kind of like David Dobrik. Like, it just like not a real person. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, I'd be creeped out by it.
Mm-hmm.
His little face and stuff. I don't know. Anyways, I'd love to have him on the show. And I won't ask you hard-hitting questions because I know nothing about you. So I'll just ask you about Rosanna Pansino. Why did you...
Moses will friggin' hit him with the hard-hitting questions himself about the
I
chocolate.
have some hard questions.
Well, he also has a lot of just requests to make his company better. So I think that's... Hire Moses as your branding consultant.
The taster. I'm the Oompa Loompa.
Very Wonka coded. We just watched Wonka last night, if you couldn't tell. That Oompa Loompa was pretty cute. I liked it. Aw.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't expect to like him, but I
know.
did.
I liked him too. He was the breakout of the show. I would love Hugh Grant on this podcast. Would love Hugh Grant on this podcast. I would love to know about the night that he picked up the escort.
Yeah.
Like, what was he? I guess he was on drugs, right? Is that what it came out to?
I don't know. You're the one that told
Allegedly.
me that story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's so crazy to know. It's so wild. Oh, Hugh Grant. I think he'd come on. I remember Ashley Graham interviewing him and him being so weird.
Him just being so short and mean to him.
But I think that is Hugh Grant. Like,
his vibe.
if it was me, I'd be so embarrassed for sure.
Yeah.
But she was great. She did a great job. But he was so off-putting.
Yeah.
I kind of like Hugh Grant, though. It's like the asshole vibe. Like we were saying earlier, it's like there's sometimes I like an asshole, you
That's
know?
like me with Dakota Johnson, but you don't really like her vibe.
Oh, is she the female Hugh Grant?
I guess she's just like kind of like off-putting.
You like
in
it off-putting.
interviews, but she's kind of funny at this. Like she's slay and funny at the same time because she's just so like honest and like kind of like unfiltered.
Who do I like? I'm trying to think of a female that's a little off-putting that I like. I feel like there has to be somebody.
I don't know. A lot of them you end up not liking.
No, there has to be someone that I like that's off-putting.
Renee Rapp. No.
Well,
Rachel
until she hated
Zegler,
on
no.
me, millennials. Rachel Zegler. No, God, who is it? There has to be someone off-putting that I'm like, oh, they're off-putting, but I like them. There has to be.
I mean, in a weird way, the Kardashian.
Right.
Oh, did you see the
That's true.
thing with Courtney and Travis?
No.
Oh, they were like at one of the Blink-182 shows in Australia, and there's like this TikTok that was filming them making out, and Penelope, who's like 11, is sitting there right next to them, and they're making out for so long that she just like walks away, and then and then they just like they're done making out, and they start walking away too, but they don't even like look around to see like where Penelope is.
Well, hopefully there's a nanny there, I guess, I'm assuming. But that's so bad. That's so bad on a number of reasons. That's so bad. I wouldn't even make out with Moses. I don't like in front of her. Like, that's so weird on so many levels. But yeah, you're making out. Someone like takes your child, then what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they probably have nannies with them. But
One of the other Blink-182 members, like wife, comes in and like checks on her, and then they like walk off. But it's just so
they're like, your daughter just left.
But then to like walk away and not even like
Look.
yeah, oh
my God, where is she?
Yeah, but with people like that, they really do live a life where it's not their job to take care of the kids.
They just expect
So
that
they
there's people
never
around.
want, yeah, so they never think about where the kids are, what they're doing. There's somebody that's their full-time job.
But it's crazy that it
crazy.
wasn't even like a nanny that went to check on the kid. It was like one of the other people's like wives, you know?
That is weird. That is weird. That's sad too. I just think it's sad. You're also in public, so there's obviously people recording you and watching you. And
Literally that's how it went out.
Yeah.
And Penelope has been like on the show, has said like multiple times,
it makes her uncomfortable.
yeah, that she hates when they make out. And same with, I think Rain also said that too, like no making out at the dinner table, you know? And like as they were walking away, there was a camera crew, so they were filming for the show, obviously.
Ew, I hate that. I hate it. Again, even if it's like part of a bit, it's still disgusting. It's so weird, especially if your child's like, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like, cut it from your show then, that part, because that's so, I don't know, it's so mean. It's like, your child's uncomfortable, like, stop doing it. You know what I mean? Even if it's just like kissing, like if they're like, I don't want to see it, it's like, okay, then stop, you know?
Yeah.
They're children. There's obviously something about it that's triggering them, you know?
I mean, like as a kid, you just think it's gross in general. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
You think all of that stuff is just like.
This is why it's great when you're a child of divorce. You don't have to see your parents kissing or being loving. They're just hating each other.
There's that silver lining of
The
divorce,
silver
I guess.
lining.
Yeah.
Courtney, Penelope was also uncomfortable with Courtney's belly out. That's what I was thinking about the
really?
episode. Yeah, she had her belly out. It was like a half zip like this. And she's like, why do you have your belly out? It looks like you're just bragging. And I'm like, I kind of get it. It is weird to just have it out. Although now I do, because I'm always looking at my belly in the mirror, and so I like lift up my shirt just to see my belly. And now Malibu is like lifting up her shirt, and she like points to it, and baby. I'm like, there's no baby in your belly, there's baby in my belly.
That is
Now
so
she gets
funny.
it, but now she has it up all the time, and I'm just like, okay. But they do pick up on everything, and it's crazy at every age. But yeah, I don't know. PD in general is just like not my thing, but the way they do it is so extra.
Oh yeah, because it's like full on like
Grabbing
tongue
and
yeah.
I don't like any of that. I don't know. It's not my thing. I'm like the least PDA in public around
too,
anyone. I just don't like it.
actually.
Yeah. I feel uncomfortable when we're just sitting next to each other. Like when we all three mukbang, I'm like, does this make you uncomfortable that me and him are sitting close together? It'd make me uncomfortable. I'd be like, oh, they're a couple. Like that's, I don't know. How was our mukbang? Were you uncomfortable watching me eat?
Our AMC one?
Yeah.
No, I loved it.
I was gorging those nachos with the popcorn, and I was like, in one bite.
That was a fun one. I really liked all the AMC food. Like
It was really good.
it was really good.
I never had their chicken fingers before, and I really liked them.
Really good
Yeah,
chicken tenders.
we had
The fries were good.
nachos.
The nachos were really good.
Mozzarella sticks were good, but they had the sauce all over, so I couldn't
we
really
had a
enjoy those.
Sauce incident, but
Popcorn was amazing. I didn't get sick that night, so
and I think you had the perfect amount of popcorn because we stopped ourselves.
we
pretty
stopped.
early. Yeah, it was a
But then
light
when you
appetizer.
left, I had some more candy. I pulled over to the side and had some more. It was in my last video I posted yesterday, my binge eating video. I was like, God, I'm so full, but I really want to have some of these M&Ms and Sour Patch Kids. That's when I was like, I kind of have a problem. I was like, I was so full, and I was still like,
knowing I have food, and even if I'm full, like I want it. Luckily, but also unluckily, my boyfriend ate all the leftovers. But then I went
Nice.
back to go eat them, and they were gone.
that's the best though. I gave my mom.
in the
I'm
long
like,
run, yeah.
I left them in the car, and I came back, and I told my mom, I was like, take those leftovers, because I will eat the popcorn,
Same.
especially the popcorn. I could snack
If
on
it's
it.
around, yeah.
It was good though. Such a good time.
I know. I literally would eat that food. I guess when I go see Dune, I will.
I can't believe you're gonna go see. Yeah, that's crazy. Never.
3 hours long, but I don't know. I'm kind of excited for it. Just I need there to be like a spectacle. Like I can't just have people talking. Like I need like some kind of battle going on or whatever.
Okay.
So, And this one has that, I think.
Little Star Wars
maybe I'll
action.
see Moses and come on down.
He goes by himself.
Yeah, you can sit with me and my
Friday
boyfriend.
night. I know what nights you guys go. Well, do you guys Friday night? I don't know. We have to
This
tell
one we're
everybody.
going Friday
Okay.
night. Yeah.
Well, don't tell people. They might show up.
Well, we don't know what time we're going, but
Okay.
yeah. We'll see. I'll come back next week with
With
a
a Dune review.
Yeah.
I definitely will not be here with a Dune review, but I'm excited to hear about it for you.
Well, we can catch up. We can watch all the previous movies.
I'll watch the first one from the 80s.
Yeah, let's do
Sure.
it.
Fine McLaughlin's in it. I'll watch it all day long. I love whoever's running his TikTok account because they always respond to me. And I know it's not Kyle McLaughlin because they did the heart hand emoji. And I was like, oh, wow.
yeah.
Okay, cute. I imagine like you
It's
running
very,
the account.
Yeah. It's
Because they
funny.
called me queen and stuff.
So
I would love him calling me queen.
it's
but
so funny now. Even on ET stuff, people I saw today, like I posted one yesterday, and then the comments like, "Oh, Oscar, love the edit," and it's so funny to me.
Did you say they went to another network and
Yeah,
thought
they
you were
went to
editing?
Ease last week, and they're like, "Oscar, we know this is you," and I'm like, "You guys, it's close, very close, but just
Not quite.
just like a
And
couple
then they're like,
letters
who's
off."
Oscar?
E is so confused.
Do you
but,
reply? Oh, right, because E and ET is very close. Do you reply
Yeah.
back to people on ET?
Usually no. But sometimes I want to though, because sometimes they'll be like, "Why are you wasting your time asking this question?" And I'm like, "Then you do the interview." But okay, like if you want to be a little journalist,
reply?
No, I want to though.
Oh,
a lot of
I
the
see.
times
You
I'm
should.
like, why bother asking this question? It was like an interview with Timothée Chalamet, and like the lady asked about his name. Like everyone knows his name. Like, okay, our viewers in the Midwest don't know Timothy's name is Timothée, so relax.
That is very true. That
You
is very
know?
true.
People forget.
Yeah,
People are
we
wild.
do it here too, you know.
You have to ask, like,
yeah, Trisha always asks me how you pronounce your last name.
Oh yeah. Everyone's like, nah, I still don't know how you pronounce your last name. No idea. It's either Hackman or Hockmon or something.
I
It is
love
something
that
like
that's how you started your.
well, that's how you started the episode.
That was the beginning of your
Oh, was
interview.
Yeah,
Yes. What do you
that's
think?
why there were so comments about that. There's
I
so
love that
many
you thought
comments
I-
like, so how do you pronounce your last name? And they were like, that's his wife.
I know, right? I really don't know. It's very Timothée. It's very like not pretentious, but a little pretentious because the way you say it is say your last name.
No, but you're 100% right. I wouldn't be offended because the way I say it in Hebrew is different than the way
Say
I say
it.
it in English. Which one of them?
Say your name, how you say it, like how it's supposed to be said.
Hakmon.
Oh,
Hakmon.
I see.
Hakmon.
But you say Hackman.
Yeah.
My name would be like Oscar. Like
In Latin,
like
in Spanish,
yeah.
Oscar.
Yeah, like if my parents are speaking Spanish, like yeah, it'd be
it's-
Oscar.
Very Pedro Pascal coded.
Pedro.
Pedro and Oscar. You don't speak Spanish, and your parents do. That's
My whole
wild.
family. Yeah, my whole family.
Wait,
speaks
why did they
Spanish.
speak it to you?
They did, especially my grandparents, because they didn't speak English. But I was just like stubborn. And
No.
I was like, yeah. But when we were younger too, might be very problematic. But I always was like it felt like cooler to be white almost, like because maybe on media like all we saw was like white families,
Right.
So I always wanted to be that, you know.
Oh, interesting.
So I always wanted to be like white passing, like when I was really young, you know. Like it took me a
Yeah.
long time to like embrace like being Latinx.
Do you embrace it now?
Yeah, but I feel like I'm so white passing now that I feel
I was gonna say you're Olivia Rodrigo. Well, I guess she's Latina. Is she?
Olivia, she's Filipina.
Oh.
Yeah. Selena Gomez is that what
Taylor Swift. I was thinking Taylor Swift is very white passing.
Well, she's black.
I don't know where I'm going with this. Let's switch the conversation before I
You
get in
mean you're-
trouble.
this-
White coded? She's white coded. Caucasian
She
coded.
is Caucasian.
She is the code.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Taylor Swift is the
I don't know.
code
Okay,
for-
that's right.
Maybe
I
like
don't
a
know.
Anya Taylor-Joy, because she's like, I think Anya Taylor-Joy is like white, blonde with blue eyes, but she's like, she's from South America. I think she's Argentinian.
Okay, let's just go with
So I'll
that.
say
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll
Look,
save
I'm the
you from
opposite.
that.
I always wanted to have culture. I always wanted to be. I'm still gonna do 23andMe. I'm still convinced I'm something else. But I think if I could choose, I would want to be Latinx. I think.
I do like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like. I
love
don't know.
it.
I love like Cuban Peruvian food.
I love Mexican food.
But I don't like spicy food. But then I realized Cubans also don't like spicy food. Is what I found out. So that's like another.
I don't know any famous Cubans except Ricky Ricardo.
Camila Cabello.
Oh.
I think that's all I know.
Wow. I don't know anybody that's. Anyways.
Wasn't from I Love Lucy? Wasn't her?
That's what I said, Ricky
Yeah.
Ricardo.
Oh, you said Ricardo.
Yeah. That's the only one I know because he's like, they call me Cuban Beat. I'm the king of Moruco Beat. And I go, chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom. Did you ever watch I Love Lucy?
Yeah, my parents like loved I Love Lucy.
We got on an I Love Lucy kick when I started dating Moses. I'm like, you could be like Ricky and I'm like Lucy. We could do a reboot of I Love Lucy.
What did we do? We
We did a remake.
We did, but
A
was it a
Christmas
special?
special.
Oh, okay, yeah, on your channel. You
Yeah.
mentioned
I don't know if we did line for line or what, but it was pretty cute. It was basically.
You wrote it.
Did I write it? But it was
Yeah.
based on one of their sketches where he's like trying to
Yeah.
read or. I don't know what it was. It's kind of offensive, actually, that show. She's like doing one where he's like trying to read and she's like making fun of his English or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's cute. So, did he cheat on her? See, he cheats. Everyone cheats.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
She got her big break. I think she started that show at 39, so I have a few more years till I have I Love Trisha starring me and Moses. Who would play Moses?
Moses wouldn't play Moses. You'd have to cast someone.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you're playing yourself.
Oh, you want to be? Well, I didn't know you were an
If you're playing
actor.
yourself.
Okay, well, okay. I didn't know.
Well, you've been trying to get me to be.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's do it. Who would play Oscar? Pedro Pascal.
Oh, I would live.
He's like our quirky sidekick.
Yeah, I would actually live for that.
Okay. And then who would play Malibu? Because we don't want to have a child actor.
Well, we don't know yet. Maybe she's not born yet, or I don't know.
Okay. That's true. A few more years.
Elvis.
Our Elvis?
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
play Malibu.
I'm down for that. We need to write a role for Austin Butler in there too somewhere. Did you ever see him on Hannah Montana?
Yes, of course.
Oh my God. Well, yes, of
and
course.
Sharpay, and he was on the Sex in the City. Yeah, Carrie Diaries.
Yes,
I loved
yes.
him in Carrie Diaries.
Really?
I thought he was so dreamy in that. Yeah.
I never saw it. I never saw like the attraction in him because he was just so tall and
Really?
yeah, even like
I mean, I think he's just very pretty. Like, I think like now I'm not attracted to him. It's weird. Like I always thought he was pretty, but
Wow.
now seeing him, I mean, I see him, I'm like, that's a really pretty man, but I'm not like
I think
attracted to him.
he is very beautiful. I think it's because I saw him in Elvis and now I see him. I'm kind of like, oh, I kind of love him. Even in Dune, I'm like, I guess I'd go see it maybe for him.
Even now he's bald and like
Yeah, I kind of like it with the baldness.
he does like lick the knife really like
Oh,
sexy.
how have you seen all this?
It's in the trailer. He goes,
What they put it in the trailer?
yeah.
Okay, I'm here for it. Oh, we only sexualize Austin Butler, but I think I think guys are more okay with it than girls in general.
Yeah,
They
I
seem
think so,
to
too.
go with it more.
Yeah, and then because even when you ask, well, we'll use Jake and Johnny because they're like the straight guy ambassadors
Okay,
of Just
yeah.
Trish right now.
They're
but
the only
even
straight people
when
we
you
know.
but when you ask them, like they didn't see a problem with like
Right.
this being sexualized or asked about
Because they
their.
do get sexualized a lot by their fans and just people in general, just asking about their genital. And I'm just like the size of their. I'm just like, that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
if someone asked me like my boob size, I'm like, that's wild. Or the size of that down there. I'd
Yeah,
be like,
same. Like maybe it is like you just get to an age where like you're more of a prude, but even like with like gay Twitter and stuff, like there'll be tweets about he was just eating my ass yesterday, now he won't talk to me, or like there's stuff like and like they post their like screenshots of like talking on Grindr and stuff, and I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
I have that moment. I'm just like, oh my god,
the
like
Grindr screenshots are wild.
Yeah.
Was it Katya? I don't know for sure if it's Katya, but I think she tweeted something like about to have sex for the first time in like
Yes.
25 years. And I was
Yeah.
just like, oh my God.
I
Like,
know.
to say it all out there.
I can't imagine. And then again, I was going back to my old tweets too, and then literally they were just all so like loser-ish. I guess if I was hot when I was younger,
What were your old tweets?
They were like, oh, so excited to watch Gossip Girl tonight. Like, I'm imagining Taylor Swift is my best friend. It's like so,
Still you now.
yeah. They're all just like so embarrassing and like hanging out with my mom. Like it's literally like,
Oh,
it's just
that's
like
cute.
they're
Mine
kind of
were
wholesome in a weird way. I
so
guess.
sexual. Oh my God. When I talked about the Alan Cummings ones, I looked some of those up. I'm like, I probably should delete some of these. Like I was just like being so weird and aggressive. Like I can't wait to fuck Alan Cummings. I was like, oh my God. Like just really extra. Back in the day of social media, like especially YouTube at the beginning, it was just like no holds bar. It was just like say the dirtiest, craziest shit you could think of.
Yeah.
And I was definitely on that train, but now it's like so embarrassing. And I was like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. But I think it's an age thing. I really do think it's an age thing because you do hit an age and you're just like, oh, I'm just like a prude now or something. I don't know.
Totally. Yeah. Cause I'm like, people are really brave for like posting about this stuff. And like, they're just, and they get a lot of likes. They say, I just
Yeah.
got my ass ate, and you'll get like 3,000 likes. I'm like,
I'm
okay.
gonna do it tonight. I'm gonna tweet that.
Please just
Oh
really
my
experiment.
God. Could you imagine? Sometimes I start tweeting something and it even sounds a little too sexual for me. You know what I mean? I'm just like, no, I don't want to even imply that we've had
So
sex or
funny.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just know you. I just know
What?
your fingers are burning sometimes when like
Oh.
things like
To
because I
tweet.
feel like she likes to share the, that
Oh.
Especially,
I don't know how to explain it.
yeah, every detail. When we first started dating, I would share like every detail. I'd be like, oh my God, this, blah, 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 blah. But I think that even now, there's sometimes when I get like a sore throat and I'm like, I don't know if it's a sore throat or just not
Stop
good at.
right there.
Sometimes I get hits too far, and then I tell Moses, he's like, "Well, just don't go as far." And then I'm like, "But I always do you notice I always get a sore throat after that?" And maybe I need to chill.
I'm like, just don't hurt yourself.
I always do. God, it's just lately. Wow, that is weird. Because I do have a sore throat now. That is so weird. Okay, yeah. Sorry. I just want to know what the problem is and what I'm doing wrong. I just don't really understand. But I guess maybe that says something to you. It's a testament to you, Moses. Anyways, do you want to talk about Apple?
The company or the girl?
Let's talk about Steve Jobs. No,
Apple is a code name.
The code. Oh, did you watch this with me?
I saw that.
Yes.
Did you watch it with me or did you saw it separate? I think you saw it separate. Oh.
With you.
We didn't know if we were going to talk about this because...
What?
Well,
No, I mean, it's funny. The story is funny, so it's not shade to anyone. It's just a funny story.
I don't know. I think it's a little shady. It's a little judgment, I guess I would say. It's not even shady. A little judgment to people who are friends with David Dobrik still. Oh. Disappointed me so much because I love these two. Are we going to call them out? I don't know if we should call them out. Is it a call out? I guess they're proud of it. They're showing the pictures.
They used a code name, though.
Yeah,
right?
But that's what's so weird. They used the code name, but they said everything that will let anyone know who it is.
And it's David Dobrik.
So
they showed the house, the water fountain with the fruit punch coming out of it.
So why use a code name? Just be proud of it.
That's my issue right there. If you're going to be friends with someone that's problematic, like all these people are friends with James Charles, they're friends. They're like, hey, I'm friends with James Charles. Okay, great. But these two just calling out, being like, oh, he's such a great guy whenever we want a good time. But my heart shattered. Can I just... Okay. This sounds like judgment. I mean, it is a little judgment. My heart shattered because the first episode of this, you asked me about Octopus Lover.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I don't know who that is, whatever. And now he's like blowing up, and I was like, okay, I really love Octopus Lover. Like, I started getting into it like Jake Shane. I'm like, God, he's really everywhere. He's kind of the it boy. His podcast, like 8 episodes. Like, it's like, what do they sell? It's like the number one. Someone told me it's like the number 3 on Spotify. Like, literally, someone's like, number 3 on Spotify. I was like, wow, that's truly, truly amazing. Like, I love this. Love this new wave. He's friends with Sophia Richie-Grange. Like, this new wave of just unproblematic, wonderful people. Alex Earl, too. I was such an Alex Earl girl. Oh, my God. I love Alex Earl so much. But the fact that these two are, like, hanging out with David Dobrik, and they know it's problematic because they're using the code name, right? They're like, let's call this friend Apple. And they're laughing and they're giggling about how Apple takes them out and they go to all these cool parties with him. And when it's a good time, call Apple. And it's like one thing, yes, if it's a code name, use it as a code name. Like, whatever, you're embarrassed, as you should be. Your image will get tarnished if you're friends with David Dobrik, but whatever. But also then to show, like, I think Alex shows, like, a picture of her in the house, and it's, like, blurred, but you can clearly see, like, his, like, wine cellar and, like, the Iron Man and everything behind him. And then Jake also being like, yeah, and he has, like, this, like, I know nothing about David Dobrik these days, and I know that he has, like, a water fountain with Powerade or whatever, and he mentions it. And I'm just like, why? Why are these influencers who know it's a problem, they know it's a problem to be friends with David Dobrik. If they didn't, they would say it's David Dobrik, but they're using a code name. So why, first of all, why would they share this story? First of all, what was the point of the story? Second of all, why would they use the code name? And then 3, why would they put it out there to make sure it's known that it's David Dobrik? Mm-hmm. And you're that group. You're that age. You're like that generation.
I'm trying to think. I guess I would like respect it more if they just were upfront about it. Or, like, didn't try to hide it. I think the code name thing, but then having the clues to show who it is.
And they did the B-roll of the clues. They were, like, put it in the shared album.
To go through the effort, yeah. Because I'm trying to think. Because, like, obviously, okay, like, I'm trying to not be, like, hypocritical about it. So we have friends who are friends with James Charles. But we're still friends with the people who are friends with James Charles. So would I judge... If Jake Shane was like, I want to be friends with Oscar, would I not be his friend because he's friends with David Dobrik? I don't know. I don't think so. I guess it's because the way they're promoting it. You know what I mean? At least everyone who's friends with James is like, they have the relationship with him, like pre everything or whatever. So I don't know. I guess the way that they hyped it up is where it gets like tricky, right?
The fact they were so giggly and like loving it and like so excited to be this guy's friend. And I guess on that same note, it's like I'm not stopping being friends with people who are friends with James Charles, but I do distance myself. There's some people that are very close to him that I was like pretty close to, and I just distanced myself a little bit. You know what I mean?
I see.
Because it's like, it was getting to the point where it's like we were really good friends, and then they wanted to hang out and like go out to dinner and stuff like that. And it's just like, I don't ever want to risk being in that like circle or that environment. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't judge that person, but it's like I do kind of distance myself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm older now, so it's like, you know, the whole thing, whatever. But I think when they know it's a problem and they're using code names, but they're still like making it obvious, I was like, this is so weird. I don't know. And Alex Earl, of all people, I guess I don't know much about Jake, but I guess I do. I mean, it's like you're friends with Sophia Richie, but you're also friends with David Dobrik. Like, that's crazy. That's so weird to me. Because again, it's not just like problematic people, right? It's like people, David, like, not only did he like hurt people, right? He's like hurt people, hospitalized people, like kind of scammed people like with insurance, like, you know what I mean? Paid them, but then didn't pay. Like really kind of just did harmful shit and never really like took anything, like any responsibility. It's like kind of crazy. I don't know. I think there's like a difference between, okay, they're problematic and then there's people who like damaged people's lives, like messed up their lives and took no accountability and just lived their best life. You know what I mean? I think if he paid for like all of Jeff's bills and like gave Jeff money so he didn't have to like worry about stuff or whatever, I feel like it's like you look at it a little differently. I think James too, which we'll talk about in a minute. It's just like, you know, we keep hearing the same stuff where it's like brought up where it's like just no accountability taken. It's just like, oh, it's so hard. I don't know. I just thought it was like we're so past the David Dobrik, because I think even people who are friends with David Dobrik don't acknowledge that they're friends with him. You know what I mean? They don't really like show that much about him.
Because also it's weird in so many ways. Because also they like, okay, either you are a friend of his, so be a good friend, but they're obviously not. They're just using him.
For
they want to tell the story.
Yeah.
But they don't want to say his name. And so I'm like,
it's weird.
So you're definitely using him for your own benefit and you're not even being a good friend to him.
Right. Just own up to it. Say, I'm friends with David Dobrik and he takes us to all these good things and fun things. And I don't know. I guess we won't be friends with Octopus Lover anytime soon. Because I texted you. It's so funny. I literally texted you like the week of. I was like, God, I really like this Octopus Lover. I think maybe like he'll come. Maybe he can come on my podcast. I want to go on his podcast. Like whatever. We could be friends. And then I saw this and I was like, oh, do we talk about it? It's like, you know, it's one of those things. It's like me tweeting. I want to tweet something about our sex life or something. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. And then this is another one of those where I'm like, is it that big of a deal? Should I not? Because it's like, is it a big deal? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think it is. I think he's one that's like caused harm to people. You know what I mean? And like took no responsibility. And even with the girls that he like filmed and stuff, he never took responsibility. He's like, well, that was Dom and now we're not associating with Don. And it's like, okay, you filmed it, you put it out there. You filmed so many people without any sort of written consent. And it's like, how do you not take any responsibility? Even with me, when I think about like the lawsuit and him basically being like, well, she's mentally unwell. She went to a mental hospital. She's crazy. She's a liar. She's all this like saying like, I'm not a credible source because I have a mental illness. And I was just like, how do you not take any responsibility? It's so nuts. It's so crazy. Like he literally filmed us like having like sex in the other room while he's like hiding in the shower. You know what I mean? I'm like, how do you like does not take any? It's just crazy. It's just so weird. I don't know. And then there's this, but I guess it just goes to because they're young, right? They're probably younger than David.
Yeah.
Or they're a different generation. So I guess it just goes to show people just also kind of forget things.
I was going to say, I feel like, I don't know, like I wouldn't write them off because they're friends with David. I don't know. I guess it's the way that they're hyping it up. You know what I mean? Which is like we said, like the people who are friends with James, they're kind of do it, whatever. They have the relationship, but they're like not really promoting it. I guess that's like the difference, right? Like to go out of your way to like promote it. But then I guess there's also that thing where it's like you kind of just forget. Like we talk about people all the time where like we recount like the things that they've done. Like, oh, yeah, this is why they're not really around anymore. So I feel like with David especially too, like all the stuff that came out besides like the Jeff thing, I think because Jeff keeps talking about it, like obviously as he should, but because that's really the thing we hear the most, I feel like that's the thing people think, the reason why people think David is canceled. Oh, the Jeff thing. But there's also like you just listed for like 2 minutes, like 20 things, you know, like,
and so much more. There's like so much more. It's actually crazy.
So I feel like it's just like you kind of people just like forget, or they weren't really like in the loop when it was happening. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's like the promotion of it. Like obviously someone who's harmed a lot of people to say like they're such a great person and they're so fun. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's the worst part of it all. It's just like, oh God, that's so... Also because they're so prominent, they're so in their prime. Like what a bad move on their end. You know what I mean? People try to be like squeaky clean.
Yeah, because I think it's, in a way, it's like, again, temptation and greed. So they're like the temptation of... Because I'm sure to them, they're still starstruck from him.
For sure, yeah.
You know, so it's that temptation of like, what, I'm not going to go hang out with him? Well, I'm not going to talk about it? I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like because that's the reason people even do that, being around him.
I think you made a good point. It's like one thing to like then just not promote it.
Yeah.
Because you can be friends with people and I get it. It's like, okay, I see a different side of them, or this is they're changed or whatever. Okay, fine. But like to promote it when they're just they've been problematic and they just like don't own up to it. Like David is one of like the worst ones out there that has just never ever apologized to anybody ever.
Yeah.
And he's just living his best life.
They probably, I don't know. I feel like you kind of forget. But yeah, I wouldn't like write them off as like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of is like a thing where you forget, and someone is like nice to you, so you think that this is how they are. But then I think if they sat down and they like, if someone gave them a list of everything, they'd be like, oh shoot, like, but yeah, it's just weird to like know that you shouldn't like publicly say it, but then you're still kind of saying it.
Right.
I don't know. It's very weird, and it's also again like it's very double standard though, because again with like girls and stuff. Like when it's you or Tana, there's people who literally like they'll like hang out or like they'll be at parties or whatever. But the second a camera comes out, it's like this skedaddle, It's like, oh, I can't go on Trisha's podcast because I can't be associated. But like
I wish
people
we could
will
say
go
that.
to David's house, So it's like
there is one influencer. I wish we could say the influencer.
I know, same, but
she is one that hangs out with very problematic male people.
Yeah,
like. More so. And I get it if you want to call me or Tana problematic, whatever. It's like, but actual people, again, that like harmed other people and like done really awful shit instead of really awful, like homophobic stuff and really awful stuff to this day, like currently, like constantly still saying stuff. And it's like, but they hang out with that person. I'm like, that is wild to me. That is crazy. I guess that's where it comes from too. I don't know. People one day.
Yeah.
I don't need to be that messy.
It is very interesting how like, I don't know, girls get it a lot harder. It takes them a lot. It takes a lot more time for people to be forgiven, and even so, like they really won't. But like,
never,
guys move on, and people forget like very easy, especially if it's like a charismatic. Like I know,
it really it makes me so upset when I hear stuff like that. I hate when people tell me like, oh, what people have said about me because it makes me so upset. Just one person, and it was the same person too, the Tana. So, anyways, it's fine. I'm trying to let it go, especially because she's a female. I try and be like, hey, females, you know what I mean? But. I don't know. I think Alex and Jake, I think you're on the up and up. I think you guys are mainstream. I think people love you. I think the David Dobrik friendship needs to be a little more hushed. Like, honestly, the story would have been fine had you not shown the pictures or the waterfront. It's like he wants to be Iron Man, and he used to have the blog squad. Or, like, just like all this stuff like that. It's like, okay.
Like, I wonder who that could be.
Yeah. Oh, it made me really sad. But the comments always pass the vibe checks on TikTok. The James Charles stuff, too, on the podcast that he was on, Sophia with an F. All the comments, they definitely were like, this is not it. This is... Yeah. It was a weird...
That was another one that was very, very odd on both parts.
On all parts.
Really. Yeah.
Well, like, we were kind of talking, is like, I get Sophia, because, like, that's gonna get views, controversial, you know what I mean? Whether it's polarizing or not. It's like... having some controversial people are going to watch and the clips are going to get spread around. So I get her having him on, but people were not happy with her having him on.
No. And I wonder, like, I'm trying to see how many views it got. 18K?
No.
Like, does no one care?
Wait, what? It was like all over my FYP. That's so weird. She needs
on
to sue.
YouTube, it only has 18K.
Oh my God. She needs to sue those TikTok accounts who repost, because I saw one that had like 1 million views on it. Oh my God, what?
I was kind of wondering about it because I even like for research, like I went to Google to see if there was like an article this morning and there was none. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then, but even like Spill Sesh's video covering it didn't get like hella views either that you would think. Do people just not care anymore?
That is the real, I've always said this, that's like the real cancellation, and I know because I've been there too, is like when people just stop watching. Like when your views just like stop dropping, not to say James, okay, but like in general when people stop caring is like when you're on the verge of the outs, you know what I mean? He could make a comeback, you can come back up or whatever, but interesting. Maybe people don't.
Very interesting. Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah. I would have assumed it would have gone, especially because James doesn't do a lot of interviews. So I just kind of assumed it would do really well.
Huh, so interesting. Because I have seen it all over TikTok, but yeah, maybe people just don't. In that
case, was it even like worth it? I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. For her, maybe she's just like a fan or something. I don't know.
But for James, especially, I don't think it was really worth it. Because I don't know, like it's not like he really cleared his name at all or like made himself like look better.
It was so weird. He did the thing where he's like, I apologize and I'll always apologize. But then also, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
which is like
one of those.
And it's one of those things. Once again, it's like just ask the person not to ask those questions. You know what I mean? Because it's like you saying you didn't do anything wrong when you admit it. Like, okay, yes, I mean, we saw the screenshots. Like, you did ask for the age. You knew that it was underage. Asked for the Snapchat. Like, you obviously like okay, continued it. You know what I mean? He acted like. I guess we're only rehashing this because he keeps rehashing it, which is just like there are certain things, especially when you do podcasts, you can say like I don't want to talk about this or whatever, and usually they don't talk about it or
Especially,
whatever.
I'm sure Sophia with an F would it.
Yeah, like, I don't want to talk about this. I don't think anyone's like pressing you to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
But the fact that he did, and once again was trying to blame it on like these people who like kind of catfished him or something. It's like okay, first of all, they're young boys, so you can't really blame the underage people. And then two, the way he framed it was like, I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't ask for anything. And then he kind of rounded it out with like, but you can't live your life in fear. I'm like, I think you could on this case. I think if someone looks too young, live your life in fear. Like, maybe don't go for those types.
And what was one of the quotes? It was like, there was only... What was it? There's only two 17-year-old men is like the way that he phrased it.
Right.
That every word in that sentence is like crazy.
Only two 17-year-olds men.
And men. Calling 17-year-olds men is wild.
And not only. There's only two 17-year-olds. I think one is too many.
And then, to like frame it all like, oh, they lied to me. Like it was, I'm a
victim.
So then I went back. Okay, so I forgot like how many layers to this story there were. Because obviously like he posted that one like apology video and then he took it down. It was holding myself accountable. We were kind of talking about this on Patreon, like about the deleted apology video. It was called Holding Myself Accountable. I went back, watched it.
Oh, you did? I wanted to see it.
And I took a couple notes on it to kind of see what he was addressing. And then he took that one down. Then he posted another one where it was more like he was the victim, kind of like the narrative that he's doing now in the podcast about like he takes accountability by saying the way that he goes about it and says that he's taking accountability is by saying that he was wrong for not asking for ID and believing that these 17-year-olds were of legal age. Like that's how like he is phrasing it. But then like going back with the apology, with like the deleted apology video, he apologizes to anybody that it made uncomfortable with my actions, admits that he effed up and that the conversation should have never happened, admits that looking at their social media profiles would have revealed their ages, but he failed to do so. So he admits that if he looked at their posts, he would have seen that they were kids. Apologizes to the guys who he followed and engaged in conversations with in the first place. So, and then he even said that in the deleted video, he says in 2019, it was like around the Coachella when he was with the straight guy.
Yeah.
How he like clapped back and had all these receipts to show that he was not a predator. When he was like, being accused of like pursuing, I think his name was Gage Gomez, like that straight guy at Coachella, whatever. So he had all these receipts and he proved that was, a false narrative or whatever, but he vowed to do better moving forward. And that was in 2019. And then in the video he deleted, he admits that he didn't do that he didn't do better, and that he was still like,
oh my God,
having this inappropriate conversation. So it's like,
yeah, you didn't stick to what you were gonna say, like do better. And what about the one with like the picture of his butt, and he's like, he's like, oh, oops, that wasn't for you or something.
That one was from the guy that came out last year.
Okay.
And because I went back to look at that too, and again, I forgot the wave. So there was about like 7 or so guys. One of them was even 15. That like came with like these allegations.
So it's not only two 17-year-old men. It's like this has happened. This is a repeated behavior all the way up until last year.
Totally. And he said that like, in the way that he phrases it, he only like admits in like the podcast. So he admits to like the 2 that lied to him, and then he says everything else is fake. But how, I don't know, like, okay, obviously some of them could, fake screenshots, whatever. But again, there's so many, and you would literally need to like sit down and look at every single one. And then I would need for him to like explain every single one, and like prove that they are fake. Like, how can I take your word for like almost 10 like people alleging this stuff?
Right.
Like, how can, I don't know, like, what is your word against the 10
and it
kids?
Kind of, even the way he talks about it kind of flip-flops a little bit. It's like, I did nothing wrong, or there was only 2, or okay, I'll do better next time, or like, I get, baited all the time because who I am. Like, he kind of switches up his thing. It's like, I don't know. I think another example of just don't talk to fans in the DMs. Like, maybe this isn't for you because you're not checking people's ages. And like, you shouldn't be in a position like where you like are looking for that, especially at his age. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
But you should be if this is happening to you 7 times.
And then there was even like like a gamer who was like 16. At the time he tweeted like, oh hey, like you're so cute or whatever, and it was like another streamer, and then he deleted it once he found out he was 16. But it also just showed us that like that's like the type, like these teen looking boys. Like,
I mean, he said it on Impulsive. He said that was his type. He's like, I don't like older guys, I like younger guys. And you're just like, okay, well then really you got to really check those ages if that's your thing. I don't know. It's and I've always said this. I've always given him like a little grace. Like, okay, if you messed up once and messed up twice, okay, you're how old is he? 19 or 20 or?
I think he was 21 at the time.
Oh, how old is he now? Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Damn. Yeah, you're legally able to get into a bar.
He's 24 now. He's going to be 25.
So yeah, like meet these people at a bar or something. See if they can get in. You know what I mean? Like it is weird. You are old enough to know. And I don't know. I just think if you like people this young, like, and you have this issue time and time again, whether you're famous or not, like maybe just stop going in the DMs and just, going based on people and whatever. I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
It is weird.
The conversations too are very similar. All the conversations that are like allegedly out there with him, and it's just very like the stuff with the armpits and stuff like that. It's like, and then people are like, oh, you're kink shaming him. It's like, I don't know. I like I said, I wish he would do better. This is like the one person where I do try to give grace to because he was like a little bit closer in age. Okay, so maybe he's like, I'm not sure if these people are my age or not, but it happens so many times. And if you're like, I'm going to do better. And he said it again in the Sophia with an F podcast. He's like, you know what? I'm going to do better. I'm not going to live my life in fear. And I'm like, but you should, because this happens so many times. If this happened to me 7 times, if the same false narrative happened 7 times, I would be I wouldn't even be on. I would delete my social media. I'd be like, I'm not going to even respond. Like it's just easier to do. I mean, I think that's like the safe thing to do, right? I don't know.
Yeah. And like, I guess like all the like allegations, I guess, from like were like around 2020. I feel like that was probably the most recent. Even the one that came out last year, like his screenshots were from 2020. So at least there's that. Like there hasn't been anything like
recent.
Yeah. But I think to not like again to say there's like what, like around 10. So 2 of them were true, but it was their fault, and then the rest are all lies. I feel like that's where we're like really struggling here.
So only 2 lied, but they all have the same stories.
Yeah.
And
so you are everyone lied to you basically, and it's like, huh? I don't know. It's just not really adding up. And like I said, I feel like he would have to sit down and like counter every single like allegation to like clear his name, but obviously he's not gonna.
Yeah.
Do that.
Well, he took the same approach of I'm not a groomer, just a loser.
For real.
I think he did say that.
Yeah,
didn't he say
that's what I'm
something like that?
saying.
He's like, I think he said that in his apology. Yeah. He's like, I was just desperate. And it's like, like, that's not really an excuse, like desperation. And it's like, maybe these people are seeking you out. Maybe some of them are, who knows, but you're engaging. Like, you're cute with your Snapchat. Here's my butt. Oops. You know what I mean? It's like you said, granted, if it's last thing we heard is 2020. So maybe like he is smarter now, but don't keep bringing it up on the podcast and like acting like nothing was wrong. It's like, just keep it moving, because obviously people forgive him. People are on his side. And, I think if he did apologize and stuff and like, okay, he took whatever needed to be taken, and people can forgive him or not. And, we choose not to. Some people are fine with it. Whatever. It's fine. But then to like bring it up again, it's like the Caylen thing where she's like, all of it was lies. It's like, don't keep bringing it up. You know what I mean? And trying to rewrite history. Because that's what's annoying. That's what's frustrating. And it's like, okay, but don't forget, because obviously you're trying to rewrite this and trying to discredit a very serious issue. And
yeah, you brought it up before, like the point where it's like it was that Cosmo article, like James Charles would like to be uncanceled, and then where he kind of like all of a sudden it was just 2, and that he was the victim because they lied to him about and like made him look bad because he fell for it.
Right.
So you're like, if that article didn't come out with a headline to uncancel him, it's not like we would have to sit here every day and be like,
about him. I would never think about him at all. I'd be like, and if anything, I think I was like following him at one point. Like, I just didn't really think about it. I was like, okay, you do an apology video, you're 21, whatever. Okay, move on or whatever. But it's just like, bring it up again. It's just like so like insulting and stuff. Yeah. And then just being like, I want to be uncanceled. It's like, no, I mean, at the end of the day, you're just going to be canceled for some people forever. I'll be canceled for some people forever. There will always be Trish haters. Like, I will never forget this video and 20, whatever. That's fine. Like, But you can't rewrite history. You can't be like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's so. It would be like if you like literally.
Yeah, I've never offended anyone. That's so weird. Like I never would. Even mine, and I swear to this day, like so many were like not intentional, but it's like you did it. I did it. It's out there. People hate you for it. Take the L, as the kids say, and that's it. And you just have to keep it moving. And, you know, it's annoying. It's annoying to be brought up, but either answer it or don't answer it. I learned now you can say no comment. Yeah. And that's what I think I got to use more. Recently did an interview where I should have used no comment a little more. I just saying everything. Oscar was also in the interview. Yeah. I'm very excited. I have one friend, and it's Oscar now. And he was interviewed about everything in my life.
Yeah. I know. I'd be like, actually, I didn't know her then, but...
Yeah, as a viewer, I love you for it. That was very nice. I loved it. I was very nervous because that interview was a tough one for me. I say too much. I only use my no comment like once, but I should use it more. I love to blab when someone asks me questions.
We're yappers.
We're yappers. Yes, we're the yapper community. My advice to James is to stop doing interviews. Stop talking about it. That's it. People like you. People are going to be your fan. You're obviously like winning right now, so keep on that path. I don't know. Yeah,
because literally if you just never, I mean, like, it's sad when, like, you know, Caylen has to be your inspo, but like she's still posting, keeping it moving. We stopped talking about it only when she comes out like out of pocket, you know, and like wants to
everything was a lie.
History.
Girl, well, not everything.
We have to remind.
Let's remind you that my nude photos were on your phone a month after you gave birth, like a freaking weirdo. Okay, that's not a lie. You admitted to it. Everyone's admitted. It's like you had weird viewing parties with your gay friends, like holding my OF next to their faces. Like that's weird. Like admit it, that was weird.
But if like when she's literally posting like every day, I'm assuming, but like, you know, she's just doing it. So
but then to say I lost a Broadway opportunity because of all the lies, girl,
then it's gonna come back.
Let's talk about why you lost the Broadway opportunity. Let's talk about that, okay? Because that's
rose-colored glasses are
I could never. I've never done it, like even a tenth of that stuff, and I could never sit here and be like, well, nobody wants to sponsor me just because of a bunch of lies people made up about me. Like, it's crazy. Like, even if it's, and sometimes, can I tell you what? Sometimes people do make up lies. Sometimes I've seen these harassing things where people just make up stuff, you know, because they take a little bit of bad that you do, and then they make up stuff, whatever. But it's like, you can't say everything is lies. Like, you came from somewhere, you spawned something that made people so angry that whatever. It's like, take ownership of it. Just come to the fact that you're not going to be sponsorable anymore because of your actions. It's what it is. Start a Patreon. I don't know. Like, figure it out, but don't blame other people, you know? It's so frustrating. And yeah, everyone has to live their life. I'm not saying, like, go disappear off the internet, maybe, Caylen, but I'm just saying, like, James, like, whatever. Okay, you have a little more grace. You're a little closer to the age. You're not 30 with a 15-year-old, you know? It's, like, fine, but I don't know.
I think they still want to be, like, super, like, mainstream. I guess it's different when, like, you had a taste of it, you know, you had a taste of almost, you're at the Met Gala, like you're almost a traditional celebrity, like you're almost at the table with like, you know,
the Kardashians.
And then to like lose it all, you know, like Caylen's with Ariana, like she's on the Tonight Show, she's on Netflix.
Good
like
point.
You get so close and then.
Never been there. I've always been in the gutter.
I guess if we had a taste, it's like, oh, like
that's a good point.
You probably want to like.
But don't you want to be more careful when you've had that taste?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even anywhere close to that, but I'm like, wow, somebody likes me again. Let me just be as careful as possible. Yeah. Like, it's wild to me that there's so, especially like Caylen with it all, like when that was happening, you know, doing Netflix and all this stuff like that's like, or James with, you know, at the height of his career with all the stuff, his palettes and stuff like that. Like you said, the Met Gala, and he's doing this. I'm like, wouldn't you be extra careful? Like, you don't want to like F it up.
Mm-hmm. I think they want to rewrite history. I think the more, when they gain their strength back, they try to come back and rewrite history.
Yeah.
That's the mistake.
Yeah, I think that's because I see it over and over again happening with them. And I think, and it will happen again. I predict Caylen will come back again with some big project. And again, she will say everything was lies.
We'll be right here at Just Trish. We're not going anywhere. We're not going above anything. We're just here. That's why I've always liked being just here, because it's like I never really had, like you said, that taste of mainstream. So I feel like I can always just be here. I'm like, yes, I'm in my healing era. I'm in my like no drama era, but I'm sorry, like rewriting history, like no, you know what I mean? And I am not one to harp. Like it's like one of those things, okay, she did it. She admitted it was wrong, whatever. But it's like when it gets brought up again, because it's like, yeah, people, whatever, you're an awful person, but and that's why, like you said, I love Jeff talking about it, because it's like, yeah, it shouldn't be forgotten. I love that State Farm is suing David, because like, yeah, it shouldn't be forgotten that you tried to commit tax fraud or whatever, or insurance fraud, not tax fraud. But anyways, don't rewrite history. If you got canceled, own up to it, figure it out.
Do your time.
You're starting all out for a Patreon. One of those will suffice for your income.
And then the story too, I have to say here, just because it's so funny that I remember the Colleen wanted to like delete her old tweets thing.
Oh, Oscar was almost hired by
Almost
Colleen.
hired.
I didn't know about this.
I didn't know about it. I don't know how it happened.
I didn't know about it either.
I forgot. My memory was like unlocked. Like, because it must have been, I forget what the like inciting event was. Someone must have been canceled for old tweets, because I remember having to like go back and I know specifically Daniel Prada texted me like, hey, Colleen is looking for someone to go back and like delete any offensive like old tweets to like, search and see if there's anything.
Yeah.
And I remember he was like, and I'm like, I don't know what to charge for that. I'm like, what do you charge for that? I have no idea. I was at Access Hollywood, because I remember sitting at my desk when this happened. So that must have been around like 2015, 2016. And so then I remember texting Colleen, and then Daniel told me to tell her a number. And I even forget how much it was. It wasn't a lot, probably like 150 or something.
That's crazy.
And then I was like, yeah, I guess I could do it for like 150. Like, just go through all your tweets and see if there's any words or whatever, you know? But then she ghosted me after I said the number.
That's crazy. Do you think she remembered you from the time where she like ignored you?
I doubt that.
She like doesn't even remember, because even when we were doing oversharing, I remember like, I want Oscar as our producer, and then I think like, I don't know, like a week before we started, she goes, you know what, we can probably just produce ourselves. We don't need to pay anyone to do it. I was like, could we? I mean, I think we probably needed someone to organize our life. Clear example of that between this and now. It's like, okay. Yeah, I think she's just very. This is not even anything, because it's fine if you're frugal. I think she's just like really weird about money. Like she even would say to me, like, ask me how much, like the most expensive thing I bought, which like a purse, and she just doesn't spend money, I think. And it's like, again, it's totally fine. Like, obviously, like, save your money. But it's like, when you don't, like, pay people, like, $150, you know what I mean? Or, like, Adam, like, doing, like, someone, pay,
true.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll pay you $150 to go through my tweets. Can you find it?
I would have to charge.
Also with, what is it called? When prices go up, inflation. Oh, and I have a lot.
I was going to say.
Even our podcast.
What?
Even our podcast.
What?
Cover her cost.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. It's wild. But you could delete all your tweets too.
Yeah.
Maybe I should sometimes,
funny.
but I'm always like, I don't know. Oh man.
That's too
Wow.
funny.
What a crazy time.
I
You had
know.
a lot of run-ins with her.
A handful,
You
yeah.
had more than me. That's why I'm like shocked by it, because I really met her like truly before I had my baby, before I had Malibu. I maybe saw her twice in real life. Literally, I'm trying to think. Like,
Definitely the Christmas
Joey's party.
Yeah, like twice.
A campfire in her house, I think, one time.
Yeah.
But like, that's what was so shocking to me. Is I was like, well, this is so weird. She had all these pictures of me. I was like, oh wow. And then you start thinking about who else has all these pictures of me. You know what I mean? Just like, it's like the JC Caylen thing. Did we talk about it? Well, I didn't know about it, but now I did. Did you see he apologized since then? Because you told me about it Friday. I hadn't heard about it.
It was like a new-ish story.
Yeah. My initial reaction when you told me, so JC Caylen, who like, I guess he's still popular.
He's still really popular, yeah. I mean, I think he's mostly on Twitch.
Right.
Is what I want to say. But the group that he's around, like, it's like, it's going to be names you don't know. Like, obviously Kian, but David Alvarez, I don't know if you know him.
No.
But they all, like, I don't know. David posts videos with, like, Kian and JC a lot, and they get, like, 2 million views. Like, they still on YouTube.
So weird. That, like, whole group. It's, like, the Tarayummies of it all. It's crazy.
So they still get a lot. Yeah. They're still pretty popular.
He's engaged. You said he's in his 30s?
Yes. I should double check his age.
He's engaged, and he was caught on live stream. We were talking about this, is like, if you're live streaming, don't bring up your search bar ever, because so many people will screenshot that and be like, oh my God, look at all these things. He was caught looking up leaked OnlyFans of the friends of his fiance.
Yes.
And one of them being Tarayummy's feet.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It is really wild. And okay, the live streams that this happened were like months ago, and they were like, blink and you miss it. That's why I don't know how this all came up like last week. I guess someone was just rewatching and then saw it.
No, everyone, I can tell you, I don't watch any live streamers, but anytime someone lives, and if my name is in the search, like everyone screenshots and show, like I get tons of screenshots of it. So I think it's something to do. They just pause it and look to see.
Yeah, I mean, I get the curiosity. I'd probably do the same thing. Like, what are you searching?
I wouldn't think about it, but I guess now, I guess I do that when I come back to the bathroom. Like, oh, what's on your computer?
Oh yeah, you're like, what are you looking for?
Yeah, but to me, my first reaction was like, I didn't think it was. Well, I did. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I thought you were going to say something worse. You're like, JC was caught.
Yes, I guess because the barometer of people getting caught with like
their search bars.
Yes,
yeah.
It's like, especially, I think lately there's been a lot of crazy like underage bestiality things going on. So in like comparison, it's very, I guess, And
even his apology, like you would think, like this is an apology James Charles or Caylen should be making. Like he was... True. I'm going to take some time back. I'm going to reflect. I'm going to work on myself. I was just like, oh gosh, this is like, he said his fiance was okay. He said they're cool. He contacted his friends. They're okay. I would love to know. I could never ask because Tara's supposed to come on the podcast. I don't think I could ask her face to face. So like, what do you think of JC looking at your feet? Because it's just such a weird, but I just know her vibe and I'm sure she's like, it's whatever. You know what I mean? I'm sure she's probably like cool with it. But my first reaction was like, it's like not that big of a deal. Like you are engaged. My main thing was like, why are you looking up the leaks? Like just go subscribe.
Same. Yeah.
Like go pay them their money. You know what I mean?
Guess, yeah, I guess there's weird like layers to it. I think in general, the idea of it, I'm like, especially in contrast to like what other influencers are like up to that are just getting them in trouble. You know what I mean? Like it's not the worst. And I don't even think I don't think JC's bad. Like I think he's very nice. Like especially to be on YouTube since you're like a kid and like to not have really anything going on,
Yeah.
He seems like a perfectly nice person. So I'm not even, I think the weirdness where it comes from is like one of the girls is his ex. Rio Sage, he looked up.
Okay.
And that's like an ex-girlfriend, so that's kind of weird. One of the girls was...
But don't you think that's less weird because you're like seeing what your ex-girlfriend's up to?
I think it's weird. Like if I was a fiance, like if I was Chelsea, I would feel weird about it.
Oh, for sure that. If I was the fiance, if I wasn't even married yet and like my partner was looking up like people's OnlyFans, like, I think I'd call off the engagement. I'd be pissed. I would be so pissed. I'd be like, what the hell? Like that's so weird. Unless like I've never dated someone who's like into like adult content that I know of anyway, so I guess it's like more shocking. I guess if that's what they're into.
Yeah. I think it's just the proximity. Like if one of the girls was Chelsea's roommate. So it's like the proximity that I think it gets kind of weird. I think the idea in general, I think the big thing would just be like, don't look up the leaks, just pay the $10 or whatever.
Totally,
yes. Like you can afford it. But
well, if you can't, then don't look it up. Then you're just stealing.
I think it's just like the proximity, because I also get like the curiosity too. But I think just because they're people so like
connected,
especially with like Chelsea, his fiance.
Well, if Moses looked you up on OF, I'd be like,
that's a little odd.
Yeah, we're ending this right now. Why are you doing this? We work together all the time. I totally agree with that. And I think like when you're like young, I would be so pissed. I'd be like so pissed. And even now I would be so pissed. Like if he was looking up like people's like leaked OF. Yeah. I don't know. It's like, especially like people we know. Like you said, it is the proximity of it all.
Yeah, that
like
makes it
Tana
odd.
or something, which is like she's very OF open and stuff and like whatever. But it's like it's your person, shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's like, I really had to go through like the moral gambit, because I was like, oh, when Drake has his leak on Twitter, I went to go find it, but I was also like, it's not like I'm hanging out with Drake, you know what I mean? Like, because I was like curious about that, so like I get the curiosity, but like I guess it's just the
and if
proximity.
you're paying, look, I think if you're paying too, like then fine, have at it. Like if you're gonna pay to watch my OF, okay, fine, whatever, make fun of it, do whatever you want, I don't care, but pay me for it. You know what I mean? And you pay for you paid for them in the past.
Well, Scotty Sires and Toddy's was free, so luckily I didn't have to pay.
You never paid any to unlock?
No.
How did you know it was a ripoff?
I looked up a review before paying like the $20 to see a video.
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't pay?
No. Thank God, because I would have been bamboozled.
I get bamboozled, but it's mostly girls. Yeah. I haven't gone on OF in so long, but yeah, it's mostly girls for sure.
Yeah, and not to like hate on like Scotty, especially. I guess he did like pro David, but in general, like like your thing on OF.
But he
like,
distances himself now. I feel.
I guess
he learned. He was like he came out blazing with the pro David, and you're
now
like,
he's been a little quiet. And he seems very sweet, but yeah, the OF, I'm like it really, he's like, I'm going to clone my Willie. You see everything. And then you don't see anything. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
the
God.
false promo of it all.
Yeah. But, you know, I was willing to dish out the dollars if it was the content was there.
yeah.
But it wasn't. So.
Oh, man, that's so sad.
Yeah. It's very tragic.
JC over here doing the leaks. I'm like, can you not? He was very nice. It makes me so sad. Especially when you're like in your 30s. Again, I always think
He's
of them as
31,
young.
by the way. But
okay.
yeah. So.
I always think of them as like the early 20s.
Yeah.
But it's like 31. And you're like, come on.
Yeah.
Haven't you seen enough of the leaks?
I guess at least, like you said, his apology was very like.
He was going through it. Oh my God. He looked like, okay, it's okay. You didn't do like anything crazy.
Yeah.
Like he acted like it was just the like whatever. But
I think it's all very forgivable, especially if like Chelsea.
For sure. I would love to know though, like as a friend. I guess like we were talking about this. I guess it would be like weird. Like if that's what I put out there, does Tara put out pictures of her feet or it's just like.
So I'd looked into this too. So I subathon JC did a subathon on Twitch, and Tara had come on, and like there was a bit where like they looked it up together, but that was like months before the screenshot. So I guess he like there was like a
he revisited. Let me look at those feet again. Yeah, she seems like a girl who like wouldn't care. You know, there's certain girls that are just like whatever. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think if I was her. I don't know if I would care either. Like I don't know if I would care if I was her. I don't know.
It's a tough one for me. It's
I
so
feel like
tough.
you would have to be in the situation.
Because it also depends. Like, are you having viewing parties where you're making fun of my OF, or are you like, yeah, it's like weird.
This seems like a pause, like a
in private thing.
Like he was like, yeah, like he was genuinely.
Just pay for him. Hopefully, he paid those girls. Maybe he gave him a couple $100 for the stolen content he consumed. Yeah, it was crazy. It was trending because I like didn't know about it. And he said they were like deleting comments about it and stuff.
Yeah,
but
I was surprised.
he addressed it.
Yeah, I guess it all happened because it happened pretty quickly. Because I think I saw it like last Thursday. Then we were talking about it on Friday,
right?
And then he apologized yesterday or Saturday?
Yeah.
So it was all the span of like a couple days.
Well, I guess we'll save the trad wife for Patreon because we were gonna talk about that last week too. I was gonna have some notes on it.
Which one?
The trad wife, the Nora Smith.
Oh, that girl. Yeah.
Or are you over it? You're the one who brought it up to me.
No, I mean it's still trending. I always see it. I just forgot that was called trad wife. I was like, who?
The traditional wife.
And Hassan was canceled for like a day.
You love Hassan. This is not a Hassan
news.
Stan. You're a Hassan.
I am a Hassan. Although he has a gay friend who he has like a running like bit with, like a fake flirt mance with.
And you don't like it?
I think I'm just jealous. I'm like hater girl because the gay guy is like so pretty that I'm like, oh, of course.
What kind of pretty is he?
Like skinny, like blonde.
Troye Sivan. That type.
But even like almost like twunk, I guess. Like almost like maybe like a sugar kind of sugar out of drag vibe. You know, just like pretty, but like kind of fit, like abs and stuff. You know.
And you don't mind it. You don't think it's queer baiting.
I think. No, because I think the gay friend is like having a lot of fun with it too. So I'm like, how can I be mad at that?
Would you do it?
In a heartbeat.
Would you?
If he was here and he was flirting with me?
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, 100%.
No, what?
He's straight. Like, that's like kind of silly. And he's like...
But that's like if Alan Cummings was here and I was flirting with him in front of Moses.
But he's bisexual.
Okay, who's a gay guy that I love? There's some gay guy that I love. Troye Sivan. But I was just like, yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know.
I guess the age got mixed up. We need like a gay guy who's like around...
Yeah, let me see someone that's like
30s. Lance Bass.
I don't think Moses is gonna feel threatened by that.
Exactly, see?
No, but Hassan is not out either way, right? He's not.
He's straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said it?
I'm 90% sure, yeah.
90%. So
yeah, I would have to investigate the story further, but I'm pretty sure he's straight.
What would your boyfriend say?
I don't. Only if it was like a gay, I think it would get dicey.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I edit in front of him and I talk about straight guys a lot, but I never talk about a gay guy because I'm never like, ooh, like.
Yeah, you're like, oh, he's
it
so hot.
makes it into like even though it's still like it would be like a gay celebrity, and it's like still not plausible, but it puts it in a realm where like maybe one day it
could happen.
Yeah.
You love Hassan? Is he your number one right now?
He might be.
Should we get Hassan on the show?
I would love that. I mean,
what do we
I don't know what we would ask him. I really don't know.
We just asked him about the private jet we took 5 years ago. That's like our only connection. I think I saw something recently. He like talked about it again. We just keep talking about that one story. He said he was like on mushrooms or something, didn't he? Or
oh well, I think he was just trying to brush off. Like basically, I was out of my mind. I didn't know what was going on. They told me get on that plane. I got on the plane. So he's like, it's not like I'm bougie. I get on private planes. I have no idea what was happening. I was still high.
He always tries to downplay his bouginess.
Oh my God, I know. Like you're.
Same thing.
He was in trouble this weekend, right? Wasn't he getting canceled for?
Same thing.
Didn't he do a Michaela where he's like, try being a streamer?
Yes, that
it sucks your soul.
Yeah.
But I think
Hot take.
I think it was a bit out of context. I mean, he kind of explained it, but I mean, he is the man of the people, so I don't think he means harm to anyone. But
Man of what people? I feel like it's like Reddit that loves him.
Right, like Reddit and people that are just
Are those real people on
online
there?
all the
I feel
time.
like they're not real people.
But-
Like I'm not a Sun hater. I'm not I don't know anything about it. Jake and Johnny collabed with him, so he must be. I guess he went emo or something. So he must be okay.
Yeah.
But I always see him trending, and I'm just like, does he always just have like crazy hot takes that people are like, oh my?
That's what I'm saying. He's good at what he does. And that's his
He just
job,
pisses
is to
people
be
off.
opinionated. And because when you're political, you're 50-50. Half of the world
What's
is
his
going to hate you.
politics? Is he on the left or the right?
I guess he's a
I think he's very
socialist,
liberal, I think.
Right? I mean, like further than liberal.
What's the difference between liberal and socialist?
I don't know.
There's like being liberal and there's like the extra mile after that. So I think he's kind of like far from that, far left, you know.
Right, because I just always see that picture. It's like eat the rich or make the rich pay, or and I'm just like, aren't you rich? Isn't your whole family rich? I love that though. I love a good hypocrite, honestly. Like I feel like I'm the same way. You
That's what I'm
know,
saying. To me, he's a showman. It's about entertainment. It's
He's supposed
about
to piss people off.
trending. It's about being opinionated.
Handsome. He has a great
Yeah.
body. He has great hair. I like his glasses.
wow, you're such a stan. Oh, because he looks like you. That's why you like him. You have the glasses.
No, I wish I looked like him.
he was
He's
at the
so
same
hot.
stature, the same.
I don't know.
way of being.
He's like, I think he's taller too. Like,
He does look huge because Jake's pretty tall, and just in that picture I saw, he
Yeah.
looked pretty big.
yeah, I saw him. I think he was at the Streamer Awards, and he looked good there.
Well, maybe we could talk politics. The Young Turks used to talk about me all the time. His uncle.
No, but it would be interesting if you talk to him about anything but politics.
Why? You don't think I can handle my
Really,
own?
I think he just talks about that
No.
so much.
Yeah,
like,
he
I
talks
want the other side of the coin.
8-9 hours a day he talks about that.
Like,
So
what
it'd
did
be
he talk
interesting,
about with Jake and Johnny?
like,
Being emo, I guess.
like
Did
to
he?
ask him about him as a man, his experience in the world.
I have no
his
interest in a
growing
straight
up, and-
man's opinions about anything.
You know,
So
I'll interview him.
okay, you can. You with the one episode, all the straight people that you like, the basement people and Hassan.
And they all look the same.
Yeah. Oh my god. Then we know why you want him
Just
on.
all brunettes with glasses.
Well, I love that you love him so much. Here in
Yeah,
Hassan Hera.
he was like, are we saving that for Patreon, the hot topic, or we kind of
Yeah,
already talked about
we're
it?
done.
Wait, who?
We're
Oh,
done.
are we? Did we do all the hot? Are we done with hot topics? Okay, we'll find something to talk
That
about
was my
Patreon.
last one.
Oh, we always find.
Are we saving it? Because I had more to say about Hassan, but we can save
Oh
it.
my god, let's save
we
that.
can tune
we
in,
cut on
'cause-
the
yeah, cut right now.
If you want to pay,
If you want to hear what I
this.
really think about,
If you want to hear what I really think about him, maybe just start reacting to his video. I don't know. Streamers who stream so long, I'm just like whatever, like they're making money, but it's like, I mean, even if you paid me $1 million, I don't think I could live stream for 8 hours a day.
it's a lot.
Like every day, like do you not do anything? Like do you not see anyone?
I don't know. I guess they bring people in, like when, like JC when he was streaming for like a subathon is when you stream until like people stop subscribing to you, so you can go for like days. So I guess he had people come in and out.
Oh my god.
I think some of them show them sleeping, like when they have to sleep, you know?
Okay, so isn't that dangerous? Like if someone knows where you live, everyone knows where everyone lives now. Like what if you live by yourself? Someone's gonna just come in and
True.
be crazy.
Yeah.
I don't trust live streaming. I don't trust it one bit. I never liked it, never want to do it. Live shows, live streaming, everyone brings these up to me and I'm like, never. I don't want to know. I don't want people to know where I'm at ever. That's so weird. That's so weird. Or trying to get clout by being like, oh, I came in on the live stream or something. I don't know. It's
No,
weird.
even our set, we move it every month. We film it in a different
You don't
location.
know where we're at.
Undisclosed location.
All right, no hate to anyone we mentioned. Okay, these are all, we're all just having fun.
The glasses.
Opinions. Oh, where's my rose-colored glasses? Where'd they go? Here. These were all just our opinions, except the things that are facts.
Everything is
Decipher which is which.
alleged.
Alleged.
Alleged, yeah.
No hate to anyone involved. Truly, you know what? You can always move forward with your life as long as you don't try to move backwards and rewrite history. I think that's what we learned here. Move forward with your life and keep it moving. Going backwards only brings up more problems from your past. Keep it moving. Act like the new person you are, okay? And I think people can forgive and see the change, be the change you want to see. I think the president said that. Probably Obama. Ask
Yeah.
Hassan. He probably knows. And we'll see you in the next episode of Just Trish. But if you want more, we're going to go for another like 30. Well, usually it's an hour. Today it's like,
Yeah.
you know, but we'll see. an hour long on the extended podcast, patreon.com/justtrish. We love you guys. I'm Trish. This is Oscar. This is Moses. I will see you in the next one. Bye.